I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable.
Unless you're living it, you really don't know. People think they know what it's really like to raise a child with autism, but they really don't. From the routines that can't be changed, the meltdowns, the overstimulation, etc. Y'all don't see the anxiety that we carry every day, worrying about our autistic child, worrying about their future, worrying about if they're going to be treated correctly, worrying about if they're going to be understood, the IEP meetings, the school system. You damn near got to be a lawyer to just advocate for your child. The therapies that you have to enroll them in. Some parents have to quit their job just to make sure that their child is getting the help that they need.
Nothing can prepare you for having a child with autism, and I mean nothing. I worked as an early intervention specialist for 15 years. I have a master's degree in special education. I work with children with Down syndrome, with cerebral palsy, with autism, with Fragile X, all of it. I stay home now because sending her to daycare is not an option. Circle time? Yeah, right. My baby be over in the corner covering her ears, rocking back and forth. On top of it, she can't tell me if her teachers are mean to her because, baby, trust me, it happens. I worked in daycares too, and there is always a place that the camera doesn't see. I've seen teachers do some crazy stuff to kids.
So jealous. Yes, it's jealousy. I'm jealous. I'm so jealous of all the moms that are picking up backpacks and meeting the teacher and preparing their kids for kindergarten. I have a 6-year-old, my perfect, beautiful 6-year-old with his big blue eyes, who will not be starting kindergarten because he is in full-time ABA therapy for autism. And I'm so jealous of all the moms that are experiencing the things that I had planned to experience right now. And I'm not getting to instead. I'm turning in a piece of paper to the school district that says that he's enrolled full-time in ABA. Just buy the damn school supplies. I'm so jealous.
I'm really so mad if I mess up my makeup. Oh God. Pause. Tristan just gave me the biggest hug, and it's needed. It's sometimes I really need it. It's hard sometimes, it's hard.
So when I asked my therapist, like, what is wrong with me? And she's like, no, you're grieving the life you thought you would have with him, and grieving like the mother you thought you would be, and these, like, all of these experiences that I had planned in my mind. And she's like, you have to grieve it and then let it be. And then once I grieved it, knew that I had the permission to do that, then I could start and rebuild this fresh new life with my son.
Being an autism parent, this shit is not for the weak. It is not. It takes a very strong-minded person, a very strong-spirited person to be an autism parent. So if you are a parent that has a child that is on the spectrum, I commend you, and I love the shit out you. I do. because people don't know what it is to really be out here taking care of children that you have to help navigate the world constantly, even when they're older, going into adulthood. I see a lot of videos of parents that have children that are on the spectrum and they're grown-ups, and it's still like day one. We out here shopping together, you have to help them do things, like, and people don't understand that, bro. Like, it really take a strong spirit, bro.
Nobody ever talks how hard it is to keep it together while your kid is having a crisis and he's like beating you up. It's so draining just trying to hold him down. I have a 8-year-old and he's so big. I had a 10-pound, 6-pound baby and he just keeps getting bigger and he's just getting stronger. He gets aggressive sometimes and it's really hard to restrain him from hurting himself and hurting me, and you still have to keep it together. People need to stop romanticizing having kids. Like, you don't need to have kids. Like, I love my kid, but it's so hard. I tell my mom that if in the next life I'm not having no kids, in my next life, even if I'm like a fucking dog, I'm not having no kids. Like, this shit's traumatizing as fuck.
I just dropped off Campy at school right now. I put her in her line where she always goes, and there was 2 little kids in front of her, and one of the little kid goes, "Oh no, not her again." And he was looking at Cammie, and they were like talking, like the 2 little kids are like, "Oh, not her again. Oh, she eats all our food, this and that." And I look at them and I'm like, "What's going on, guys?" And the other little kid's like, "Nothing." And then I look at the boy that was saying it and I'm like, "What happened?" And he's like, "She eats all our food. She tries," and I was like, "She doesn't mean to." And I was like, "She doesn't mean to." So I asked him, I'm like, "Do you know what autism is?" And he looks at me, he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Camila's autistic." I'm like, "She doesn't know what's good and what's bad, and we're teaching her." And I'm like, "If you could have some patience with her, I would be so grateful to you," because
I don't think people understand how hard it is to be a special needs parent. Every second of the day, you're worried about will your child fit in, or will they be accepted? Will they be treated with dignity, with care? So you try to protect them as much as you can. But there's only so much protection you could do. It's so hard. And it's so scary.
If you've never had an IEP meeting, you don't understand. If your child has never been in pain and been unable to tell you what's going on, you don't understand. If you've never watched your child struggle because they're dysregulated and they don't know how to make themselves feel better, you don't understand. If you've never had to wonder, is she gonna try to leave the school building today, you don't understand. If you've never had to worry about your kid eating enough, you don't understand. If you've never had to deal with people watching your kids dim like there's something fucking wrong with them, you don't understand.
I love my son, but I hate his disability. I love my son, but I hate his autism. There, I said it. And I'm tired of feeling ashamed about it. Long time, I never felt comfortable talking about this because I felt a lot of shame and guilt in the way I was feeling. But I want to have this conversation because it's normal, natural, human of us to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, tired. I love my son, but I hate his autism.
So I have a 7-year-old and she's autistic. I don't got no village, but you be like, oh, I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world is lie. I would change it. Judge, but no help. Worry about what the I'm doing and not worried about my mental. Pray it away. Where do I go? I can't pray no autism away. How about you pray for me? How about that? I know it's a lot of moms on here that'll get me, cause my family don't.
Oh Lord, that was heavy. That was heavy. Everybody come on. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Welcome to Red Lipstick Vibes, where the vibe is always positive. How y'all doing on tonight? That was heavy. Yeah, that was heavy. Shout out to my guest on tonight. Welcome Javon to the panel. And of course, I have my sister in the house, Miss She Said.
Peace, everybody.
Let's get this out the way, and then I can get y'all thoughts on our opening clip. I was trying so hard not to cry. Y'all know what the goals are. The goals are always the same. 10 memberships for fun, and what do we got here? $80 for the Kayla's Paper Towel Fund. Y'all know what to do. Ooh, wrong one. Sorry, y'all. Wrong one. Where is the Cash App thing? I done deleted the Cash App one, y'all. Shame on me. But y'all know what it is. Hit the Cash App and support the show. All right, let's go. Let's move on because I'm ready. What did you guys think about the opening clip?
It was true facts. So, the parents without autistic children stress, definitely parents with, or just any special needs stress, and you're gonna feel like that.
Yeah.
So,
I think the one is a train going by. Lord, why did you gotta be so loud, train? Lord have mercy. When the mom was saying that she was jealous
yep,
of other moms, it's like been there, done that. Yeah, been there, done that.
that don't ever go away though,
Yeah.
because
That's what brought me to this because I sent you the clip that pissed me off, both of y'all. We're gonna talk about it. I did that clip, that's what pissed me off, especially the comment that pissed me off. So that's why we talking about this tonight. Sis, what you think about the opening clip?
I agree. It was something to watch. To see women have this space where they can be transparent and cry out for help. It was shameful to have this overwhelmness of motherhood. It's already like that just having regular kids.
Right.
So I can imagine the worry, the concern more so for your children because it's different. So salute to them ladies trying to navigate the world that they didn't fantasize about.
Right. We're gonna kind of dip into that. So the title of this live stream tonight is Autism Parenting Burnout. Guilt, no village, no empathy. How to find the strength to keep going. Um, One of the big parts that we're going to talk about is the village, because the main clip that kind of pissed me off was the fact that this young lady didn't have her family or her anyone to help her or support her or encourage her. And so we're going to talk about building a village. That's one of the main components that I feel that you need to have, especially if you are a single parent. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So what we will discuss, okay, let me switch us over to presentation mode. Let's put the presentation thingy up here.
Let's go presentations.
All right, what we would discuss tonight is the diagnosis process, what the parents go through, the effects on parents, defining what your stressors are, unique challenges for special needs parents, what is parental burnout, steps to prevent burnout, building your village, strengthen your relationships, and self-care tips and resources. Okay, and I have some clips, kind of to go with everything. Before we do that, we always see the moms, right? We see a lot of mothers out here talking about everything, but not now. The fathers are starting to come out and speak on it. And I found a clip. Why is Caleb down there playing? Oh, I hope y'all can.
Let's go, Caleb. Go.
He got the 5 trucks going. Oh, let's listen to what the fathers have to say about being an autism parent.
My notes in the description where they talked about how Black fathers not only felt higher stress, both physically and emotionally, but they actually felt less life satisfaction because they had an autistic child. Right. Like, and that just kind of broke my heart because I couldn't understand like me being less satisfied with life because my child happened to be autistic. Right. It just blew me away. But again, it still, again, let me know like, all right, yeah, these are definitely thoughts that people are having to this day, and they can have them, right, because they don't have an outlet to go to and say, man, right, yeah, it's tough, it's rough, it's hurting, I'm sad. Like they don't have that outlet.
This for the fathers with autistic kids, man. I know the situation. I know how y'all feel. I know the reason why y'all feel how y'all feel, because I felt the same way. I honestly felt the same way. You know, a lot of us disowned our kids. A lot of us didn't want to have nothing to do with our kids. You know, we weren't coming around. You know, just discarding them, period. And I want to say, like, that used to be me. Like, that used to be me. I used to disown my child. I used to be mean to him for no reason. I used to try to figure out why this had to happen to my child. You know, I wanted him to play sports. You know, I played football, I played basketball, I played baseball, I played soccer. And I'm like, damn, my son can't do none of this. And I would see all these other people, kids playing sports and football, like all my friends and their kids. And that shit used to hurt me. That shit used to have me crying. It had me crying. And I think that's what made me kind of like be mad at my son the most. And I'm like, it ain't even his fault.
This man, look, he is, and this is the first time I kind of like heard a father actually like really be that transparent to actually say, like, I hated it. You know what I mean? Like, to the point that he was like, he was mean to his son, you know, disowned him, didn't want to be bought. You don't really hear that a lot, especially from the men. So this moment here is very, very wow. This is a wow moment here. Oh my goodness. Shout outs to him being so transparent.
It ain't his fault at all. And I'm treating him like this. I'm being mean for no reason. I'm discarding him for no reason. Like, I'm just talking to him in a aggressive way for no reason. And it's like, I didn't realize like I was putting my son in danger. I didn't realize like he gonna have to depend on me more than he depend on anybody. And his mom and his grandparents and his siblings, like, he gonna need me the most. And I was letting him down. And I was like, damn, like, when I realized that, I'm like, why is I'm getting mad at him because something I want him to do instead of being happy for him on the things that he can do.
He knows, he can hear.
Yeah.
He's not dumb.
That's why I got the headphones on right this minute, right? That's why he got headphones on. What he listening to? What is he listening to?
It's Bluetooth.
Bluetooth? Huh? That's what you gonna give me? What about when he don't have the headphones on and we at the game, he don't know what I'm trying to explain.
What kids really do know what's going on?
He don't know none of that. He doesn't know.
I don't know what's
What you talking about? I'm about to lead. I'm done with it. I'm done with him and I'm done with you. Two different, and you, I don't even know how to describe the difference.
You are a piece of work.
You said I can't go fishing, we can't go to the park, we can't do none of that.
All you talk about is what he can't do. You haven't even tried to figure out what he can do.
Like
I know everything that he can do.
Like what?
He plays all the time.
Name something.
He loves
You can't do nothing.
computers.
You're too different.
He loves
You're too
computers.
different.
He
You can't
loves
do nothing.
technology.
Oh,
He
don't
is
care about all that.
smart. He just can't do the stuff that you want to do, like play basketball and football. Why? Because you haven't shown him how. If you just show him, he will learn. He can learn.
He's too different from me. I'm sure he's just too different. Can't do none of the cake. Can barely walk. Can barely tie his shoes up. Get him right. He can't do nothing.
I teach him to do everything. Can you teach him to do something?
You teach him then. You so good at teaching everybody, son. You teach him. You ain't learned how to be quiet yet.
I need to teach you.
Yeah, I can't raise, okay? I can't raise. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. He can't go to the park. Can't do nothing. I'm not doing none of it. Okay? So you can say the tears for your mom and them. Say the crocodile tears. His guy. I'm done with him. Okay? He's not a Johnson. You can take my birth certificate. I own it. You got what I'm saying? I'm done.
I'm so sick of you.
Finish.
I'm sick of your man.
What are you talking about right now?
Here talking about our son, which now I don't even know if I want to call him ours.
That's right. That's right. You're used to that. It's not ours. It's your son. Your son. When I see you on the street.
You know what?
Off the street,
It's not guaranteed that he's gonna always be like that.
Okay.
Just know that. It's not guaranteed.
You seen Radio with Cuba Gooding Jr.? That's what I don't want that. I didn't even like the movie. I don't want to deal with that. Okay? I don't like that type of situation.
You are a real
I'm not sure we had somebody, a son that could bring the name, the family name, bring a legacy, and then he can't do nothing. He can do nothing. You know, I sit there with him. I try to do homework.
I don't even know why I subject him to you.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't even know what it means. Get it from you.
Hey man, I'm about to go hit the streets. He ain't nobody to me. I'm done with him. I'm done with me. I don't need to be too different. I need him to be like, like everybody else on the street. I need him to be like a Jordan or a LeBron James or something. I need that. That's the kind of energy we want in this family. I don't know what
I only conversing, and I think I would rather it be him.
All right, I'm out. I'm done with you. Okay, don't call my phone because the number will be blocked. And don't even when you see me in the street, do not speak because he is too different from me. I'm out.
Bye.
I don't even know what the next step is going to be at this point, man. I hear people say all the time, this autism journey is so hard. But my God, it's like even the resources they try to give you don't even halfway cover your needs, or they put you on these long wait lists. Insurance don't care. Like, I'm literally sitting here right now trying to figure out how I'm going to pay for $1,000 in medications that insurance is not covering this month because of how some forms were filled out by the pediatrician. What's it called? An authorization or something. So I have to figure out how to get my son's medications and make rent and make car note. $1,000 that the state's supposed to care so much about these kids, but they're not even trying to help me push this form forward, not trying to even help me cover this medication, knowing that he can't go to school without this medication in the system. I don't even know. I don't know what to do at this point.
Your son Braylon.
Yeah.
You said he's nonverbal.
Nonverbal.
As autism.
Never said a word. As a father, I wasn't necessarily thinking like, woe is me or anything. It was just like, okay, it's just a title. I've seen them say this person has autism, but this person can like look at something once and draw it. This person has autism, but this person can shout out any answer to any math question you bring up to them. They can do all types of things. So it's like, what exactly is it? Is it a superpower or is it a deficiency?
Wow.
So you could ask God, like, why me? Then why not? Like, my son's cool. He don't know he's cool. He don't know what that is. He has to sneeze, he sneezes. He has to pass gas, he passes gas. He don't care. You know? Is it really a disability?
When you're a single father to an autistic child, I don't care where the information comes from. I don't care. I just want somebody to do something about it. I mean, autism is It's on the rise. Too many kids have it, okay? And it is, I love my son. I love my son with every ounce of my existence. But it would be disingenuous to say that I wouldn't change things to make it better for him, to make him be able to communicate with other people, to get him to have friends, or to say I love you to somebody and actually mean it. It's hard, and if there's a way to change things or make things better or to stop other people from having to deal with it, then I say go for it.
Okay, the hardest thing for me is just me being a father of an autistic child is I wanted to experience my son playing sports. I played sports.
This seems to be a going theme with the men. It's like I want to, I guess it goes back to the men wanting that fantasy of my boy. We're gonna play that football together and all that kind of stuff. I guess it's that fantasy when you learn that you're having a boy. Because like when I was going through the clips, right, a lot of the men, that's what they mentioned. A lot of the things that they have dreamed that they would go, do with their son, knowing that possibly they won't be. That's kind of like where they're stuck at. I don't know. I mean, I get it because we as moms, we have the same thing too. But it's interesting to hear that from the men. You have anything to say, Jawan?
Yeah, that's we went through that because me and my ex-husband, we both played sports. We played basketball for the Navy, and of course we also played when we were in high school. So when they were born, I mean, my son is tall. You've seen him; he's tall.
Yeah,
So we both tall. We played basketball. We wanted him to play too, but that wasn't something he didn't like. Sports. He likes to draw. And I put him in sports. I put all three of them in sports. I was like, well, let's just try baseball. I said, play one time and see how you like it. He played one time, and after that, he was like, I played already. I don't want to do it no more. So I just leaned into what he liked. He didn't like sports. That's okay. We didn't push too hard with that. But that is, especially for men, that is a real thing because, most men like sports.
Yeah.
So when they go out with their homeboys, that's what they do. So when you have somebody that looks like you, then you're going to want to enjoy those same activities with him.
Right.
So that it makes sense. But now, if they don't play, it's like, okay, what I'm supposed to do now?
Right. What I'm going to bond with him over? I think that's like because on the other clip is like, I can't do this with him. I can't do that. You're like, what are we going to do?
Exactly. Because look at the fathers whose sons don't have special needs, but their sons don't play sports. They look at them funny. Which I totally disagree. Like everybody ain't built for sports. It's just what it is. But just take a look at that. Those kids don't have special needs, but some of those fathers is like, well, you don't play sports. You want to cook. You want to draw. You don't do, you don't do any manly things or quote unquote manly things. So it's the same, except it's on a different level.
Yeah. Let's finish it. Hear him out.
I wanted to see him play sports. We tried damn near all the sports you can think of: basketball, football, soccer, baseball, karate. You know what I'm saying? We've tried it, and I played sports when I was young, so I wanted to experience that with my son. And then I think what makes me kind of like emotional and is when I see other parents with their kids, they taking their kids out here, especially the ones who I went to school with, when they get to enjoy their kids and go to their games, cheer them on, go on trips and stuff like that with their kids just to play games and stuff like that. I think that's what get to me the most and make me kind of emotional. At first it was more hard because I didn't really, I'm like, why me? Like, why I can't be able to go and enjoy this and enjoy that with my son? But then I had to realize that it wasn't even about me.
I was getting more deep into it being about me other than about my son. So I had to just adapt to me support him based off of what he wanted to do and what he liked to do and where he wanted to go and the things that made him excited. So I had to get more of like off of me and worry about him.
We are the ones with the voices, and Maceo doesn't have a voice right now, and we are his advocate. And we have to make sure that he is treated just like anybody else. It's a very rough road, as you know. It's very difficult to change people's minds. They have a mindset, as soon as they look at him, they have their idea of what this child is, regardless of whether they know that he has special needs or not. They just know, well, he's very loud. Well, he's very noisy. Well, he drops to the ground. For many, many years, I felt as a father very alone because I didn't know any other fathers who had children on the spectrum. When you go into places like restaurants and supermarkets and, you get those looks from people, Maceo makes noises and, they look at you funny and, they stare at you. It used to bother me at the beginning, but now it's like, look, you don't walk in my shoes. You don't live my life. But I wanted to say to you, thank you, for telling me that I'm not the only one.
You are not the only one. Let's get into it. Lord have mercy, because y'all have my slides, y'all. Lord, y'all know when I be having my slides. It's not that many. I done had too many slides. It's not that many. So what I did was I kind of put a lot of them in the banner thingy, so we don't have to. All right. So the first thing we're gonna go through is the diagnosis process, real quick. We're not gonna because I have an extensive video catalog on all things autism that has been turned into a course. So if you want to review those videos, go to the main page and click on courses and you will see the autism courses. Okay. And it goes into details with the diagnosis process and all that good stuff. So I just want to go through a little bit. You're going to go through the observation page. When you start noticing things, then, that's when you either the teacher or someone that notices you'll say to you, I think you need to get your child evaluated. To get the evaluation, you go through the testing, you go through the waiting period, and then you receive the diagnosis. Okay. So then here's the thing that you go through a lot of time. Well, all of us go through it. The 7 stages of grief. Okay. You're going to go through denial, disbelief, anger, depression, all the above. And then at some point, you're going to go through the stages of you accepting and really fighting for your child. Javon, you have anything to say about the 7 stages of grief, or is there anything missing? Was it something that you experienced during this time that's not on the diagram?
I think that's pretty. Yeah, that's close. That's good.
That's pretty accurate. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm trying to be thorough, y'all. I'll be trying to be thorough. All right. So let's talk about the physical, mental, and emotional effects on parents. And that's one of the main things I want to talk about, because with the clip that I shared with you and sis kind of triggered this live. So here's some of the things that some of the parents will experience. Chronic stress, cortisol levels, you got that pooch on your belly that won't go away. That's that cortisol level, baby. Okay. Fatigue, insomnia. Okay. Your immune system is strained. You get sick a lot, colds a lot, you start to neglect yourself and your self-care, meaning you skipping meals, you're not exercising, you're missing your checkups and all those things. Tension related ailments, headaches, muscle tightness, stomach issues, migraines. Yes, all of that. And some people develop like chronic stomach issues like ulcers and stuff like that from worrying, you know what I mean? The mental and emotional effects, depression and anxiety is like the number one thing. Especially when you first get the diagnosis, a lot of us slip into depression. because we're going through that why me, why, blaming yourself and just fighting it, right? Decision fatigue. Endless therapies, school meetings, medical appointments can lead to burnout as well. Just actually just worrying all the time, like I worrying all the time, and people don't understand, like it never goes away. Like my son just turned 22, and your son just turned 25, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Child, I know I can speak for you. We still be worried, okay?
Don't worry.
we still we still be worried just like it's the first day. It does not change. And that can lead to a lot of mental and emotional issues with us as parents. Isolation. You isolated from your friends and family. You feel like they don't understand, or they don't understand. You have some people that kind of shun you because your child is different. And then in some cases, the parent kind of isolate themselves because they feel like, I'm all alone on this island. So that can have an effect on your mental and your mental and emotional as well. And then just feeling overwhelmed altogether. And like I said, our sons are grown men now, hair on their chest and face and stuff, but
Hmm.
still get overwhelmed with we're uncertain what the future holds, that kind of thing. Anything you want to add to this?
No, I've been through all of that. Still going through all of that though.
Hmm. So, child, Caleb was down and cracking up, baby. Okay, and I don't know what he's. He's down here just something down there got him too. Okay, I just like. And here is another one that is a big one: the effects on relationships. Um, the marital stress. Couples may disagree on treatment, approaches, parenting style, and I forgot to put the statistic in here. I believe it's like 70% of households that marriages that have um, a child with a disability ends in divorce. And so
Yeah.
I know that you've been married, so you have your kids with autism. So can you kind of talk about that? How did that work with you and your husband when you guys were still married?
Um, he was gone a lot. Because as I said, we're a military family, so he was gone a lot. But then when he would come home, um, it was like, I don't want to say he didn't want to be there because that's not true, but he wanted for me, I felt like he wanted like a break from us. Um, and the communication wasn't just there. Once we had the kids, it was very hard. And then we were young. We got married when we were 22. And we were married for 10 years. And our first two children were special needs, so that's hard. Then I had a miscarriage, and so it was just like one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, and then us being a young couple, we didn't really have anybody to turn to or talk to because nobody was going through what we was going through, whether it be in a church or in our family. It just wasn't nobody to really talk to. So we was trying to, when you have that, when you're doing that, you're trying to uh, fix things and you don't know how to communicate, then things start falling apart.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that was a root of what was going on, but that was a big part of what was going on with that. Um, it's crazy because we communicate better now, and sometimes that happens. You communicate better when you're not in the same room, and I don't know why that is. But we communicate a whole lot better now than we were when we were married. When it comes concerning the children. But yeah, that when that took a big hit on. I don't know about his mental capacity with that, but you'd have to ask him. But my mental capacity took a big hit. I was already very emotional. I was already going through depression, anxiety with the military, then the children, and then the split up was took me down a real dark road with that. And then I didn't know what I was going to do with the kids by myself, and it was very hard. And then they're used to a routine, so then Nyla, my oldest daughter, started acting out once the split happened. It was just like night and day. You know, but she couldn't tell me what was going on. But I kind of felt I knew what was going on because, you know, dad's not around and
Right.
just I'm working all the time. So it was a lot especially for her. And I knew it. So, but yeah, that is a lot. So
So the relationship strain and emotional disconnect is one of the biggest things. Study shows higher rates of marital distress and divorces among parents of children with ASD. One partner may become the researcher, the advocate, the one that's going through the therapies, the main
yes.
caregiver, right? And that usually is the mom, right? And the
Yeah,
other
that was me.
and and then the provider, leading to more emotional distance. So that's basically what you just described. So
Yeah. And that when we were on together, he pretty much kind of said it, but didn't say. He was like, you know how Javon is. I'm a very stern person, very strict and disciplined. And I'm just like my grief stages didn't happen till way later. Because when my kids got diagnosed, I was like, okay, I need this, I need this, I need to do this, I need to do I was just in emotion, just boom, 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 boom. I didn't really have time to think about my mental state, my kids' mental state, my husband's mental state. I just like, I need to do this, I need to do that, and I need to do this.
Right.
Kind of thinking back on it now, that might have been kind of bad, that we needed to take time to sit and talk and maybe go to some therapy with that. It's a two-way street with that, because my kids are thriving because I was so like boom, boom, boom.
Right.
But I didn't take time to say, okay, let's talk about our feelings with this. Let's go to therapy. Let's see where we sit. Can we be on the same page? Right. So I think if we could have done it differently, we probably would have been, how old is my son? 25 years married.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
if we could have just both of us came and like, okay, let's just go to therapy and see where we at, you know, but he was off, you know, I don't know what was going on, because we didn't talk about our feelings when it happened. And then I was just like, boom, boom, just going like a train, you know, trying to get everything I needed for the kids done, you know? So that was pretty much the dynamic.
Yeah. And I think like now more men are actually expressing themselves, because it used to be a taboo thing, you know. You don't, of course, you know, with men, you know, you don't want to show that weakness and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So but I think now it's becoming more acceptable for men to kind of open up, you know, about what they're feeling about it or whatnot. But you know, I'm not a dude. If we had a dude up here, maybe they could tell us.
It is crazy because Will is a very emotional guy. We used to talk about, he could talk about, even now he could talk about anything with me, but it's just when that happened, it was different. It was kind of like a shutdown, and we didn't know where to navigate with that, with the children.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know what happened with that. I really don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something. I guess. Well, I can't guess, but well, yeah, I can just guess. I guess, like, you know, with some people, certain subjects, certain things is just harder to. You can express yourself on other things, but then in some things, it just hits you like a dagger in your heart, and you just can't find the words to express. You know? So, it could be, you know, one of those things where it's just like I just can't put my head around it to actually express myself, you know, to actually talk about it or whatever.
Right.
Or you know what I mean? So um what's next? Oh, yes, stressors. So one of the main things I wanted to talk about, because we're going to see, I'm going to play a clip. People just don't understand. I'm going to show you guys some of the things that some of the autism parents have to deal with, right? And you'll understand why we are the way we are. So let me play this clip. Where is it? Oh, here it is.
This video was taken about a year ago. Spencer was having a meltdown that lasted over 30 minutes. He was unable to self-regulate. At this point, Al tells Spencer to lay down, which he does, eventually. You can see Spencer is still kicking his legs, so Al stands close, but not too close that he could get kicked. He seemed to calm down and started picking up the books, but then you could see he tore up the pages more. We had to wait it out for him to calm down. Being on the ground is a safer position than being standing up.
Mommy, my pen. Mom. Say pen. Mom. Say pen. Mom. Say pen. Mom. JB, say pen. Mom. Say pen. Say pen. It's okay. Mom. Say pen. Say pen. It's okay. Kimber. It's okay. Say pen. Mom. Calm down. Say pen. Say pen. Why? It's okay. You'll get your tablet back. Mommy. You'll get the tablet back once the timer go off. Okay. Why? You can't have it right now. Yes. You've been pinching. Mom. Say pen. Say pen. Say pen. Say pen. My pen. Say pen. Mom. Say pen. Say pen. Say pen. Mom. You're doing good. My pen. Say pen. Say pen. You're doing good.
You can't even take a quick shower with an autistic child. You cannot take your eyes off of an autistic.
Baby, look, when I saw her clip, I said, child, I don't know what you're talking about. She said she can't take a shower.
Well, it depends. Like,
Oh,
you have the ones that just like they out there.
Yeah. I was like, woo, Lord. I said, thank you, Lord. I had to deal with that.
Yeah, I didn't have to deal with that either, so I'm good.
Yeah, Lord. Woo. Well, let's see what she had to say.
Autistic child. I tried to jump in the shower real quick. So I ran downstairs to get something. And I'm wondering why my child is grabbing my water bottles and running up the steps. So I'm chasing him up the steps to see what the fuck he's doing. This is what the fuck he's doing. Literally throwing everything out of the fucking window. When I said people don't understand what it's like to have an autistic child.
I'm sorry, that one was funny. That reminded me of that lady where she came home and all the peelings was off the canned goods, and she didn't know which canned goods.
I think I seen her. Yeah.
Nala does that sometimes with like bottles that's left on the counter. I'm like, God damn it! So I had to go put it in my room and lock the door.
Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. I had one of the parents I was working with her son and so he would do things like that. And she was like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, Caleb doesn't do that. I was like, no. I said, I don't. I was like, no, he don't do that. I was like, it was just amazing to see. Like he would literally find every little the little figurines that they had in the house, like she inherited like her grandmother's stuff, and she had to hide these things, right? But so he would find them and go bury them in the backyard.
They must have been ugly. I don't know.
I said, you sure they not demon possessed? He
was trying to get out the house.
He trying to get the demons. Oh my God. All right, let's listen to her with the water bottles out that window, Lord Jesus.
This is one of the things I'm talking about. You can't take your eyes off of them. You can't. I'm so motherfucking aggravated right now. I don't know what the fuck to do. Now I got to go outside and get the shit up. I can't even fucking brush my teeth.
So we at the park or whatever, and I ain't never experienced nobody being really mean to my son. Like, we won't really be going nowhere. Why these little ass kids gonna say some run, he's coming? They don't know me. Like, it's literally either like
Have you ever experienced children being mean to your child?
I haven't experienced that. Thank God. I mean, if they were, it wasn't in my presence.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, when Mr. Caleb was in kindergarten or first grade or something like that, there was this little kid on the bus, was like being mean to him, and he choked him.
Hey, it is what it is.
You shouldn't have been mean to my baby. He wouldn't have choked you out.
And those kids don't know how strong they are.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They don't know how strong they are. So you got to be careful with that.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even mad, but it's just like, bitch, what you mean he coming? Ooh, being a parent is so hard. They don't even tell you. It be little shit like that. What do you?
He is choking her.
I'm happy my kids aren't violent.
Yeah, I did.
That
Yes, Lord, thank you.
that's
Lord.
another level.
That's a whole nother level.
I don't even know how you would deal with that. That boy is bigger and taller than her.
Now you see me next to Mr. Cato. Can you
Yes,
imagine?
he's way bigger and taller than you. So
can you imagine, Javon? Oh my God!
You just have to run away, like
lock myself in a room.
You do. Like,
Girl, I mean, oh my God! And this is the stuff like my heart goes out to the ones that have the kids on that level, Oh my Lord, Jesus. Yeah.
Not cash.
but you know, sometimes
what about the meltdowns? Have you experienced the public meltdowns?
Yes,
really?
I have. And I told Raymond was 3. See, one thing about me, and this is what I was about to say, sometimes these children that have gotten older, it's because when they were smaller, there were no boundaries put and standards put. Raymond tried that one time with me.
Talk about it.
He didn't want to, and at the time I had him and Nala, small babies. She couldn't walk, but he could. He didn't want to walk to the car. Okay, well, I drug him till he got his little legs up and start walking, and he never did that again. So you gotta, I understand there's mental capacity there. However, they're very smart because my kids will test me all the time, especially the ones that have the autism. So they know I'm not gonna let them get away with anything. Nala will smile at me, give me that little shady smile. She know. So, but
when people around the corner,
when they little, sometimes if parents don't know what to do, so they'll give them anything and everything just so they can be quiet or so they can sit down or this or whatever. I didn't do that.
Exactly.
We gonna be rolling around together. So
we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk. That's one of the things on the list. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
Please move.
Oh, see, that's
he know better. He knows
he
better.
Exactly what he doing.
He understands there's something that he wants. His mom told him no, and so okay, I'm gonna phase out, throw some stuff around, and she gonna give it to me.
Exactly.
He understands.
Exactly. See, that's that crazy gentle parenting stuff, child. Okay. Look, I ain't gonna say it on YouTube, but you know what I mean. I ain't gentle parenting behind. Look, I got a shoe for you.
Cocaine drops.
Yay!
Tomorrow. Hit the truck.
So now after he got into therapy, so you know me, I go in the comments. Okay, I read the comments. So it seems that from what I read in the comments, that she was very hesitant to get him into like different types of therapies.
And there you go. The therapy sets boundaries and standards. It'll
Mm-hmm.
help you with that. And if you just feel like you can do it by yourself, and you have a 14-year-old that's taller than you, bigger than you, beating you down.
Right. Yeah. So now that she gave in to, getting him therapies and stuff like that. So now he's doing much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We
JB, the lady you showed on here, because I watches her channel, she was her son, because you saw where he was grabbing her and stuff, her hands, she was like calm hands.
Yeah.
She was in the process of getting him on different meds and things like that, and I think they finally found like meds and stuff that was good for him. But I watches her channel.
Yeah. I started following her not too long ago. It's interesting to watch, and like I like to see what other parents and stuff go through, because that helps me, to do my research and learn more, especially when I'm talking to other parents and stuff like that. So I tend to like follow a lot of them, the ones that I get to see. So let us go back to our slides. So one of the main things that I tell parents that I work with, like, you have to identify what's stressing you out. Okay. What's stressing you out? So stressors and stimulus that cause stress. These can be external, which is an event, or internal, a memory. So some of the stresses that we have as autism parents, relationship disruptions, work and home balance, financial concerns, health issues, advocacy fatigue, trying to find your child, the correct help. It's like a crash and burn situation, because ABA may not work. Maybe OT just works. Or maybe they need music therapy. Or maybe, so you can get burnt out for doing all that. One of the main things for me is the fear of the future, because I am 50. I'm half of 100 now. Okay. So my main concern is, okay, I'm getting closer. Um, who's going to take care of him? You know what I mean? So the fear of the future is a big one. Needing to plan for every outing, embarrassment in public, like we just saw the young lady, with her son having a meltdown in public, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of times parents isolate themselves, is because they don't want to take their kids out because of that. It was one when I was living in North Carolina. There's one parent I was working with, and she could not go to the grocery store with her kid at all, because honey, he would tear up them aisles. And so she was like, how did you get Mr. K to sit in the car and not do that? I was like, child, look. So we went to the grocery store together, and he started big. He was just going. And I said, do I have permission to discipline your child? She was like, yeah. And I was a nice little auntie. She's a vanilla person. I jacked him up in that freezer.
I'm telling you.
I said, let me tell you something. I said, if you don't sit your behind in this car, I'm going to take you in that bathroom and I'm going to beat your ass. You understand me? Get in the car and shut up.
Exactly.
And guess what he did?
Got there, shut up.
And shut up.
I'm telling you.
Look. And she was like, how did you do that? Ma'am, you have to speak with authority, baby. You can't talk to them like no baby.
Yeah, just treat them like you would treat a regular child that's misbehaving. Because that's what I do with mine.
Exactly.
They understand what the belt is. They understand what everything, punishment. They understand that.
Exactly, sis. And that's one of the things when when Caleb was first diagnosed, and I was praying and stuff like that, and that was one of the things the Spirit told me: do not treat him like he's different. Treat him the same. Don't treat him like he's different. Treat him the same. And that's how I've raised him. No, you're not going to be coddled because you have a label on you.
Exactly.
Because you smart, little boy. Okay? You know exactly what's going on.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And oh, Lord, I'm glad I don't have to do that right now. The battles with the school system.
Yeah, that's done. I'm so happy with that. So happy.
Yes.
That was, especially Louisiana, they have the worst school systems out here in the world.
Oh, wow.
The worst.
I had pretty good experience with the school systems. I think when we moved from North Carolina to back to Maryland, that was a big change because their rules and stuff was a little bit different. The process was different. So I was like, no, I wanted him to continue to have the same services and stuff that he had in North Carolina. Honey, that was a fight, but everywhere else was pretty straightforward, you know.
Well, good thing you didn't. Louisiana was the worst. They lost my child.
What? Wait, what? Whoa, hold up. What happened?
They lost. So they would catch Raymond and Nala caught the school bus together.
Okay.
And one day he came home. She didn't come home. So I'm like, where is my child? So they catch a transfer bus because they've closed down almost every school in the neighborhood. So, they catch a transfer bus. And Nala is very quiet. You met her. She's really quiet. They forgot she was in the back of the bus at the transfer station.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I was livid with the school system out here. Like any school that I put my kids in, even with Amira, they always, if I was coming up there, they knew it was something. They was, oh Lord, Miss Thompson's here.
Yeah.
But it's just how I had to be, like really stern with the school system because you lost my child.
Yeah.
In hot Louisiana on a school bus, no AC.
Well, I got a story time.
So, yeah, the school system here is trash. For this to be a Republican state that they taught about, this is a Republican state. This is trash. Your school systems are trash out here, man.
Okay. I do have a Louisiana story. And this was literally when I first moved here. And it's a bus story too. I put my little one on the bus. He's going to school. I was living in New Orleans. I get a call. I'm all in a meeting and stuff with all these white people. I get a call on the phone. Miss so-and-so, is Caleb coming to school today? Bitch, what? Like, what you mean? Oh, excuse me? Like, he was on the bus for like a whole hour. Like, excuse me, he's supposed to be in school. Girl. First time anything like this ever happened. Girl, my chest started hurting so bad. I started crying. I ran out of there. Now, I literally just moved there. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know. Girl, I was riding up and down the roads, girl, all up on the neutral ground. All up on the curb, girl, cutting off the trolley train and everything. I was looking for that bus. You understand? Oh, my God. The bus driver was on her phone while she was driving the bus, hit a car, and was scared to call it in because she knew she was going to get in trouble. So all these kids were sitting on this darn bus.
That's crazy work. See?
And the police pulled me over because I was driving erratically. I was on.
Of course. You're trying to find your son.
I literally was only there for I only been in New Orleans for maybe 3 weeks or so. So I literally didn't know where I was going. I was everywhere, honey. The police pulled me over, girl. They had to call the EMTs for me, child, because I was hyperventilating, girl. It was so hot because it was hot. It was sweat. Like, where's my baby? Okay. And honey, let me tell you something. I said, what's that lady name? I want to beat her behind. I want to fight this bus driver. So yeah, I do have a Louisiana story.
Yeah. It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy.
Oh my God. So we got some stuff to worry about, especially if your child is nonverbal and
Yes.
they can't tell you. And see, that's another thing that we worry about a lot. Before Caleb, started talking and able to kind of express, when he's hurting or something, like somebody did something wrong to him, or he just choke him out himself. Worrying that, he can't tell you or express themselves, that somebody hurt them, or if they're hurting, like if they're not feeling well or anything like that. So it's like, those are a lot of things can stress a parent out. Not even just an autism parent, but a parent
In general. Yeah.
in general, it can stress you out. You have legal matters, and we saw the clip with the aggressive behaviors. And I salute the parents that have to deal with the aggressive behaviors.
Yeah.
I salute y'all. I don't know how I would Cause I mean, you see me, I'm so little toward, I'm
you
looking
little.
up at Kate. Yeah, I'm looking up at Kate, and I'm like a little being to him, and just cause like on that clip, he was like literally strangling that.
They was all choking their parents out.
Yeah, they was choking him out like But as you see, there was another clip I saw. I didn't have time to download it though, but where the psychiatrist was saying like most of the aggressive behaviors is towards the mothers.
I know why that is, because the mothers are the ones spend the most time, the disciplinary, all that, taking the things away, or the fact that the mother is a single parent. So yeah,
So let me tell you what the psychiatrist said. He says the reason why is because, especially when they're boys, they automatically see you as weaker. Because they know. You are they view you as the weaker one. And 9 times out of 10, the mother is the one that usually gives in. Fathers are more stern. And they kind of see them as equal. So it's like, he's just as tall as me, he's just as big as me. You know what I mean? So it's like, how I'm going to overtake this, this person. So it's that natural instinct. Like I can overtake you because you like a little lamb to me. You know what I mean? And he also said that a lot of times it's sort of kind of like what you were saying about being a disciplinarian or whatever. But a lot of times in this situation, the mothers are not the disciplinarian. The men are. The mothers are the ones who kind of coddle them. And that's why they show all the aggression towards that parent and not towards the parent that's more of the stronger one.
I could see that. I could see that because I remember when I've always been the disciplinary. Their father is the cuddle one, but he does discipline when he needs to, and on those moments that requires a man to be like, you better sit down,
Right.
But
It's
there
like,
was
that voice, that bass in that voice, baby.
there was a moment, Raymond, I think he might have been 12, and they were in Texas, and he told Will's mom that she couldn't tell him what to do because he's not his mom. And Will told me that. And I said, what did you do? Because I would have backhand slapped him. 'Cause I don't play that. You don't disrespect,
Right.
And he said, I didn't do nothing. Because, we're divorced now. And parents that who don't have the children all the time like to play the good parent. It's like, I don't want to scare them. I just want us to have a good time. I said, well, I understand that. But in this moment, he cannot feel like he can get away with disrespecting your mom. So you need to talk to him. So he talked to him, but yeah, he at that little age, he knew who he can get away with stuff with and who he can't. Because even when we were married, it was crazy because when we were married, right? I don't no snacks, candy, or whatever until dinner time. You eat dinner, then you can have that. And he know that's the rule. He go ask his
Right.
daddy.
Oh, he tried to do the okey doke.
Yeah. He go ask his daddy, and then because the one thing I can say about us, we always been one head when it comes to discipline for the kids. Anything
Right.
we had disagreements out, we talk to about it separate. That's one thing we always had. So he told Raymond, he say, "Well, what did your mama say?" Because he already know I told him no. So
Right,
then
right,
what did your mama say? Well, she said no. He did. Why you asking me?
Okay.
So that was saying they are smart because they was trying to play that tit for tat.
Yeah.
Mama asked daddy. Daddy gonna say yes. So they very intelligent. Very.
They know they know who they can get it by, and stuff like that. So so the stressors, all these things that we worry about, on top of the things that we worry about, and we're going through the stages of grief, we're going through the guilt, we're going through the denial, we're going through the depression. All these things and we're still trying to take care of the child. And then if you have other children, you're trying to, make sure you're parenting them. And if you're married, you're making sure you're trying to be a wife. So you have a lot of things on your shoulders, and it can lead to parental burnout.
Yes.
What is parental burnout? What is burnout? Burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. We just looked at this list of stresses that we just talked about. Parental burnout can eventually lead to feelings of resentment towards your child and spouse, detachment from your child, and overall exhaustion. What do you think about that statement?
Yeah, that's true. Definitely. Like, I go to work because I don't want to deal with the stuff in the house 24/7. So my outlet is going to work where I could be around grown-ups and have a regular conversation because, I get tired of being in the house with everything going on.
Right. Yeah. I think in the first clip, I think in the clip with the fathers, when the dad said that he resented his son, something like that. So, and I think a lot of times, I won't say resentment, but sometimes I feel like just a lot of guilt, right? Guilt and like, if I could change it, I would. If I could change it, I would. I
Well,
feel a lot of
definitely.
that. Yeah, I feel a lot of that. And we want to talk about that because that's one of the things that this young lady said in that clip, and that damn comment that pissed me off.
That guy got on my nerves. That guy and that one that said he hated his son. Both of them need that bat from Walking Dead up against their skull. 'Cause I'm like, dude, what's going on with you, man?
Yeah. I mean, well, and that's what I experienced, when Michaela's father found out that he had autism. He's like, I don't make retarded children.
Yeah, he
And that was
needed
the
a
last
bat
time
up against his head.
So I think, like my dad said, like, weak-minded men do weak things.
That's true.
So, yeah. So let's talk about parental burnout. Here are the results of parental burnout. You're burnt out. You have higher levels of stress, relationship challenges, increased exhaustion, increased family challenges, increased risk of illnesses and all that other jazz. Basically, some of the things that we already talked about. I have a clip. Let's listen to this lady talk about burnout. Let me get rid of this.
Here's 7 signs you might be in burnout if you're an autistic mom, dad, parent, grandparent, etc. Number 1, you're exhausted. This is not, I need to take a nap. This is, I don't have the energy to breathe. Number 2, You're getting a little snappy with your kids, with your spouse, just with people in general. Spam callers. The spam callers deserve it. That's because burnout makes patience absolutely impossible. Number 3, loss of joy. Nothing brings you joy anymore, so you kind of are depressed and you don't want to read that book or you don't want to watch your favorite TV show. You just want to be. That's honestly because you don't have the energy, quite frankly, to process anything. Number 4, emotional numbness. You're dead inside. There's just nothing there. You have nothing to give. You're not even a person right now. You're living outside your body, basically, just watching everything happen. That's because your nervous system has been through so much. Basically like a soldier at war on the field getting shot at. You have PTSD probably. Number 5, you're going to get sick more often. You're going to have headaches. You're going to get colds. Your immune system is 0. Your body's just trying to make it through the day, make it through the next few hours. Number 6, self-isolation. You just want everybody to leave you the heck alone. You want to breathe. You want to just silence. So that means no interacting with family or friends or going to events. You just need to be. And number 7 is the spiral of guilt. You feel guilty for the exhaustion, for all the things I just listed. You feel guilty for feeling like you're not meeting your kids' needs. You don't know how to get them to eat a new food. You don't know how to get them to not have a meltdown in the grocery store with like 5 other strangers behind you looking at you like you're the worst parent in the world. You feel guilty for just, I don't know, maybe even that they were born this way. It's not your fault. And you're not a bad parent. And burnout doesn't mean that you're failing. It just means that you've been pouring into everybody else's cups and not your own. So take the time to reset. If you can find just an hour a day or a time to like have peace, do a prayer, whatever you need to do, watch your favorite show, just veg out, eat your favorite snack, do it. Just make time for you.
Burnout. Okay. So here are some symptoms of burnout to watch for: feeling fatigued, overwhelmed, hopelessness, frequent feelings of sadness, anxiety, depression, difficulty sleeping, decreased social interactions, feeling detached from others, lack of interest in things that you enjoy, forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, physical symptoms, headaches, stomach aches, chest pains, irritability, sudden outbursts of anger, appetite changes, whether you don't want to eat or you eat too much, or role confusion. Anything you want to add to it?
She said isolation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, she did think isolation. Here's my message. It is not your fault. Okay. And this is what I had to, when I was going through my stages of grief, I had to get to this point that it is not your fault. Okay. For the first time, I want you to know that if you're struggling with parenting your children with autistic burnout, it's not your fault. Parenting can be hard at the best of times, even when you are feeling well and have money and practical support to help you. If you don't have support, take a break, rest, recover from burnout, then you are not failing. You are being failed. There is not enough support for autistic parents in autistic burnout. We need to move towards a society that better understands the needs of autistic parents and put support in place before we reach burnout. In the meantime, I have some strategies and resources to help you now. And for about 10 years, that's what I've been doing. I've always felt like we had all the services in the world for the children, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there was nothing for the parent. And I've always felt like if you want to treat the child, you need to treat the caregivers too.
Yes.
And so that's why I created my initiative, because I wanted to be able to be someone that they can call on in the middle of the night, because I have a 24-hour hotline. And the website, people can call me through there. They can call me through through the hotline and stuff. And I just want to to be able to be that buffer before you get to that point of anger, before you get to the point where you feel like you want to hurt something or hurt your child or neglect your child or just zone out or walk away, call me. Call me. Because most of the times you just need somebody to talk you off the ledge. That's all. You just need somebody to talk you off the ledge. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the importance of having a village. I know we have people be like, oh, I'm saying I could do it all by myself. Child, okay. You sure about that? You sure you could do it all by yourself? Okay. All right now. I hear you, baby. Mm-hmm. I mean, there is I don't know. Ooh, child, that's a lot. So let's talk about the steps preventing caregiver burnout. Mm-hmm. Educate yourself is number one thing. Always educate yourself. Don't just, for me, I always tell parents, don't just rely on what them people tell you. Okay, you need to do research yourself, because they'll give you a pamphlet and some pills.
Yes.
And be like, here, give this to him, you know. You're like, what? And you don't know nothing. You know, it's okay to communicate your feelings, and that's why I wanted to open up, you know, my initiative so that the parents will be able to communicate their feelings.
See, that's what I have a hard time with is communicate feelings. But I've always had a hard time with that. Even when I was married, just I'd be like, people look at me, but like, oh, she's so strong. She got it together. Then I go in my room and start crying.
Exactly. I was telling brother and sister that I was like, dude, because when I was, you know, looking at that clip with that young lady, I was like, man, look, sometimes I still cry. Like when I turn this computer off or, you know, hang up the phone with them or something like that, there have been many nights, even now at the big 22-year age, you know, I still have nights where I cry.
I do too. This has made me way more sensitive than I've ever been.
Yeah.
Like I'll be looking at just videos and see a video of I was just watching a video of a blind man singing on some show, and I just started crying. I don't know why I'm crying over this man. Like, I don't even know this man. I'm just so now sensitive.
Yes, you're very sensitive. Yeah. And then you know, I'm already sensitive because I'm a freaking, you know, witchy thingy, empath and stuff. I'm already extra sensitive to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so on top of that, then I'm extra sensitive to everything. I be like, oh God.
Yeah, I'm usually extra sensitive to other people, but like people I know.
Right.
Not a video. Not like I'm watching.
I'll be
you know this person.
I'll be like, girl, I know what you feel. Oh, like I know it. And prioritize self-care practices, and we're going to get into that as well. Okay. I have a clip to go along with what we're about to talk about right now. I got a list of self-care stuff up here, but let's look at the clip before we talk about the self-care stuff.
Okay.
A study has shown that parents of autistic children experience stress levels similar to that of combat soldiers.
Let me tell you something. He ain't lying. Okay, because I got what is it? PTSD? I got PTSD and what's the other thing? ADD, CBDs, and all kind of D's. I got all of it. I got anxiety. What it was? What's it? Schizophrenics? Okay.
I got some medicine for you.
I got all kinds of stuff going on, child. Yes. You ain't lying, Mr. Man.
As an autistic speaker and advocate, I've seen firsthand the challenges that come with supporting some autistic children and adults, especially for parents. This comparison highlights just how demanding and intense the caregiving role can be. It's crucial to remember that taking care of yourself isn't just important, it's necessary. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. Whether you're a parent, educator, or someone working closely within the autism community, please make sure to prioritize your mental and physical health so you can continue to be there for your.
Do you think that's hard, especially for us Black folks? It's hard to, prioritize your mental, because I guess because we feel like we just have to make it right, so we forget about ourselves. Even as parents, period, we kind of like forget about ourselves. We know we got to do this for the kids. We got to do this for the kids, and forget about ourselves. That kind of thing.
I've always been that way though. So that's why when they were diagnosed, it was like second nature, just going in like a train. I just always been that way. So I don't know if it's just Black people that feel like, it's all about the kids and forget about yourself.
No, I'm talking about the like mental health thing. Because there's always a stigma thing about the mental health, like you better not go to no therapist because they look down on you.
Yeah, now that is a community thing.
Yeah,
that definitely is a Black community thing. Because I didn't start going to therapy until my doctor made me go to therapy. My VA doctor.
Yeah.
And then I found out I had PTSD from the military.
What child told us you better just go pray.
Yeah, they tell you
pray it away.
I never had anybody tell me to pray it away, but they said to take it to God.
Yeah, leave it at the altar. Yeah.
But sometimes there is an imbalance.
Yes.
Where sometimes you do have to take medication, and I do take medication for PTSD, depression, and anxiety. And I feel it every day when I go to work. Like certain sounds will trigger things. And now, like listening to this, I probably do got PTSD from having autistic children. That's probably why I be crying at these videos all the time.
Child, I be like, is this menopause? Maybe I'm going to have a menopausal moment or something. I be just dying crying. Like, what am I crying for?
Right. And then I think it's because, like, throughout history, doctors have not treated Black people with kindness.
Correct.
So we just learn how to either keep it in our community or just keep it to yourself. Because we hadn't had the attentiveness from the medical field when it comes to us, especially when it comes to Black women.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, this a white doctor. How would he know? What I'm going through. I'm a Black woman. You might have that attitude with that. So yeah, I think that's a community thing.
And students. Practice self-compassion, seek support when needed, and remember that it's okay to take a break. By taking care of yourself, you're also taking care of those who depend on you.
Did you know that mothers who have adolescent and adult children with autism may experience chronic stress comparable to combat?
Yes, lady. Yes. Okay, I need to get some military boots. I need to give you some fatigues. Yes, ma'am. Yes. It does not. It does the stress level.
It's a stress level.
The worry does not reduce when they get older. Whoever told y'all people that, they lied to you. Even if they start talking or being self-sufficient, you still worry. You still gonna be stressed out because the world is not going to be as kind to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, we know that stress is a part of life, but this level of stress is simply not okay. Because as you know, stress can create all types of health problems. So let's talk about 3 ways that we can minimize stress. 1, create a structured environment that is centered around routine and predictability. 2, foster communication by helping your child to express their needs and their preferences, and this includes using an AAC device to reduce frustration and miscommunication. And 3, take a break. Yes, you take a break. Now, that may mean that you have to delegate responsibilities or access resources for respite care, but remember that a part of loving your child includes loving on yourself and taking better care of yourself to ensure that you are physically and emotionally healthy for a long, long time.
She is right. Okay, so let's go through the list.
You ever heard the term you have like functioning alcoholics, right? But you ever heard the term of functioning in depression?
No, but
Yeah.
I can see it.
I
I've
saw
experienced it.
I saw that pop up on my Instagram one day and explained it. And I told my therapist, that's me. So functioning
Yeah.
depression is like you may go out with your friends, you smile, you post stuff on Instagram or whatever, you go to work, you smile, you're doing all your work you're supposed to do. And then you go home and
Yeah.
you're not the same person. So that's functioning in depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've experienced that. And it's like a up and down.
Yeah.
I'll be fine, then next thing you know, I'll slip right back into it. So so something would trigger it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Something I'm worried about, something stressed about, something that will make me going. But I'll smile, I'll do my job, I'll go garden, do all function, do everything
You're
functioning.
functioning, but
You
on
get
the
on
back
here
end, it's
smiling and carrying on and laughing
exactly.
at everybody, but honey, inside you be like,
Exactly. And then for us women raised a certain way, we're always told to put on a smile. And I hate to bring up Haley because I know how some of y'all feel about her, but she got that song "Brave Face," and I understand that because you got to put on a brave face, so you put your makeup on, you smile, and you go outside. Yeah. So yeah, that definitely that should be one of the things on there: functioning in depression.
I definitely am. Let me add it to my little list. Functioning in depression. I'm gonna add it to the list. I definitely want to do it. I think even before I had Mr. Caleb, of his autism and stuff like that, I've dealt with it. Just just going with the flow, but
Exactly.
not okay. But the outside is okay, but the inside is not.
Yeah, I've dealt with that way before that too, because growing up in the church.
Yeah, look, I think I got PTSD from that.
Yeah, it's the thing, like when you grow up in I grew up in a Pentecostal church, and it's like the women, they're always smiling, they're always very feminine, very this, very that.
Yeah.
In front of you, but in the back end, they dying on the inside. Some of these women I used to see with black eyes, but they be smiling. Praise the Lord. Like, praise the Lord, sister.
Yeah.
So,
So slow down, take a moment to live. I know that could be a hard thing to, especially when you have little ones, right?
Mhm.
But we're going to get into how that can be possible. That's going to be on the next slide, which is, I think, when we get into structure, routine, and discipline, a lot of this stuff up here, you will be able to do it. See, when you don't have structure and routine, and you just letting little Billy and little
run the
Sue
house.
run the house, you ain't gonna be
Ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna be able to take a shower.
like that girl. She couldn't even take a shower. Know why? Because her little demon run the house. Okay, that's why. Measure your skills that are important for you. Turn those negative thoughts around and find the positive. Don't let your life revolve just around your kids. That's a big one. That's a big one. Be proactive with your time. Be involved in your child's life outside of the house. That's a good one too. Because sometimes you can isolate yourself, so you isolate you and the child, and both of y'all become antisocial, and then you both don't know how to function outside the house. So equip your kids with the tools they need to succeed. Find a mom friend who knows what you're going through. We're going to talk about that. That's the village. Prayer, meditation, whatever you believe. Keep learning and equip yourself with knowledge. Stop trying to make everyone else happy.
Yes.
Stop trying to make everyone else happy. and learn how to say no, baby. Okay.
Yes.
Learn how to say no. Date yourself, spoil yourself. Do like I do. I go shopping. Connect with your boo thing, okay? Don't leave your boo thing out, because sometimes when you get, y'all do know a good orgasm
Oh my goodness.
release
You're so
a lot of, relieves a lot of stress. Okay. I mean, look. Okay, I'm being for real. I'm being real. I mean, the headache. I'm just saying. Connect with your man, okay? Don't overthink, and that's my problem. I overthink everything, and then when I get something in mind, I'll get tunnel vision, and then I just lose sight on everything. I'll forget to eat. I'll forget to do anything
So you
because
can't forget to eat, man.
no, brother and sister like, did you eat today? Did you eat today? My dad be like, Bubblehead Joker, did you eat? I'm like, I don't know. Did I eat today? I gotta ask myself, because my brain would be so overworked. I'll just be.
I like food. I ain't gonna never forget to eat.
Javon,
Some big backs over here. We ain't forgetting to eat.
No, I'm still gonna get you. You can maybe spend that $30 on that steak. Okay.
Hey, we got that restaurant on saved to our favorite.
Okay, I know. I told her, I was like, yeah, we gotta go to. I said that steak was so good. I said, I'm glad you spent that $30. Because I tore that thing up for breakfast. Okay.
Shoot, tell you.
Now here's a big one. Consider respite care. Now, I was so afraid to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried the respite services and stuff like that? Like, having letting them go with someone or having someone stay in the house while you go out and stuff like that?
That's what I've been working on.
Okay.
But not someone coming to the house, but them coming to pick them up and do like outings.
Right.
So I've been setting that up with the state. That's why they had like.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my info, ma'am.
Yeah, so I have to get, but that's what I've been doing as of late.
Because I definitely want to put on.
So yeah, because I had to call the Louisiana, the Medicaid, and do all this other kind. I had to do a whole lot of stuff.
Right.
I don't like paperwork, and when I have to do a whole lot of paperwork, that junk be getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
But I finally got it done. The lady came out to the house. And then she said once everything gets finalized, then the state comes out to the house to make sure that everything's good. You got food for the kids and all this other kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm in the process of setting that up to where they can go. And Raymond don't want to go, and I was like, well, Raymond, Raymond's like his room. Okay,
right?
He like his room.
I have that problem with Caleb because that's what Caleb. He wants his room.
But I told him, I said, Raymond, you might be able to get a job. And then he perked up. He was like, because he liked to make money. So the lady said that because I expressed that to her, and she was like, they do have programs like that, but they'll work in the facility, So yeah, I'm trying to set that up to where they can go out every so often to be with adults like them. Because one of my biggest things with all this is they don't have no friends.
Correct.
Yeah. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
With it. So Raymond has friends, but they see each other every now and then. But not something that's like constant.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a big difference from when Mr. Caleb was in school. He had his friends like, oh God, this is his buddy child. When you see one, you saw the other. That's how close they were, right? So he hasn't, since we've been here, he hasn't been around a lot of kids. He goes to the center. But he's like, I'd rather be in my room, mommy. So like every time I say, Kelly, you want to go? He'll be like, no, I'll stay here. And he don't want to, so I know I'm gonna have to force him. I'm gonna have to force him to like.
Grant be like, "No, mom, it's okay."
Yeah.
He'll go to Walmart because he wants to buy stuff for his refrigerator, and he'll go with my mom to cut her grass because he getting paid. And I have to make him go to, like, if we go to the movies because he don't want to go. I'm like, Raymond, it's family time. We all going.
Right.
So unless if it's a girly movie, I don't make him go. But if it's a movie for everybody, I'm like, nah, we all going. And then we're gonna go out to eat afterwards. And then when I say eat, he'd be like, okay.
Yeah, we gonna do it. Yeah, Caleb, he likes, he likes his games and computer and stuff. So he rather like, I don't want to go out there, child care. But consider respite care. That's one of the things a lot of parents don't know that they have access to. Especially if you're getting social security or social services for your child, it's automatic.
Oh, then the lady told me that I can get paid as a mom.
Oh yeah, okay.
I had no idea.
We're gonna talk about it. Look, well, not on this live, but I've been talking to
the lady told me. I said, "What?"
Yes.
She said, "You know what that is?" I was like, "No." She said, "Basically, we'll pay you to be a mom." I was like, "What?"
You get paid to take care of your.
I was like, I ain't never got paid to pay no money to take care of my own children.
But and do you know that there's another a housing grant, a housing voucher that you get?
What? What's that?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I was like, oh, so I've been paying mortgage for what? Like I don't need to pay.
Like, yeah.
Okay,
my mortgage is pretty expensive. So I mean, if I can get help with that.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. I've been doing my research because I like to when a parent reach out to me, I like to do research in their state. And by me doing research in their state and stuff like that, I've been learning that there are a lot of national subsidies and grants and things that and they're not hard to do. All you gotta do is prove that they have autism.
Because I'm telling you, like, I was talking to Amira, my youngest daughter, and Raymond, he probably could stay by himself, right? Okay. But I don't want him staying too far. I want to be like next door,
I will build Caleb a tiny house in the back. Okay.
And like there's a lot of houses, and there's a lot of houses on my street.
Right. Exactly.
And I wish I could just buy and be like, Raymond, that's your house. You stay over there with your dog, and then I'll come check on you, give you some food and stuff.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I want. But so respite care is one of the things that a lot of parents need to, especially these young parents. They don't know nothing about it. That there are services that you have for your child because a lot of these young girls, they don't got no private insurance. They got Medicaid, Medicare. And a lot of these services are free under those umbrellas. And there are services, like we were saying, that they'll pick up the child, they'll watch the child. If you just need a break, you need an hour or so. And then there are services where you need to go shopping or something and you don't want to go there, do the shopping for you, like a delivery service. I mean, there's so much services that they have, but here's the problem. They don't take the time to search for it.
See, this is the thing though, like if you don't know what to search for, how you going to search, right? So like when Raymond and them were in school, like I got all the care I needed for them. Once they got out of school, it was like they were forgotten.
Yes.
That's the thing. Yep. Nobody gave me the information to look up or whatever. Just so happened that I had already was signed up while they were in school to the Louisiana, I forgot what they call themselves. And then they had reached back out to me. And they had been reaching out and giving me the information. But the thing is, if you don't know what to search for, then you just don't know. Because they don't give you that information. Once your kids is out of school, they out of school.
Well, see, for me, because everybody think differently. For me, it's like, okay, my kid's out of school. Let me search services for adult autistic people. I mean, it's simple. And again, the like Autism Speaks and all these national autism things that, and what is the one they have here? Have family helping families or something like that. Something like that. You got Facebook groups online, but they don't take the time to just to do that. It's like the I don't want to say lazy. I don't know what to call it because
See, I would never get on a Facebook group.
like for me, I'm gonna find out some way, somehow, something to help my child. I'm just not going to just lay there and die. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to lay there and just, okay, woe is me. And I think is what happened is they're doing the woe is me instead of fighting.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you're not
you got to
fighting,
fight.
yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have to fight. And then I kept in contact with one of their teachers.
Yeah, I contact with all his teachers.
But like if I didn't do that and I had to depend on a Facebook group, I'd probably be lost because I'm not like, when I say I don't like talking about all my problems, I don't like doing that. Like it takes the therapist to pull stuff out for me to even talk to him. So me getting in a Facebook group with people I don't know, they strangers, that probably ain't gonna happen.
Well, see, my thing with the Facebook, I don't talk about myself. I go and see who's posting what, because a lot of times when people posting services.
Oh, and then you just follow up with the services,
right? And I follow with the. Girl, don't be talking to people. You know, when they posting grants, services, events, and things like that. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about groups and stuff like that. I'm not. I don't know the people like that. But following them for just information. Period. Like especially in your state, and I know like sometimes parishes or cities or counties, whatever, however they say where you live, have their own group or community where they have events and things and information and stuff like that. So those types of things are helpful, and I think a lot of times these parents are just like oblivious to the things around them. They're just going by what the doctor is saying to them or what the teacher and the IEP person say, and not looking outside of that. You know what I mean? So
I don't understand how they could do that, because your child is getting older. You're gonna want to do things, and so how can you even function? Like if you don't,
they don't. That's what we're saying. They're not functioning. They're not. We just saw a whole clip, and we can get ready to review the main clip. The girl, they're not functioning. They crashing out. Literally.
Everybody, we crash our house.
Okay. But let's get into the one I want to talk about.
That guy?
No.
Oh.
The power of structure, discipline, and
yes.
Here. Okay. Y'all out here gentle parenting these little jokers. That's why they running over you. We're not doing it. All right. Why structure matters so deeply, my loves? When life follows a rhythm, a child's nervous system relaxes. They begin to understand. I know what comes next. I know what to expect. I am safe. The sense of order helps to reduce meltdowns, anxiety, resistance to transition, sleep and eating struggles, overstimulation, and sensory overload. Structure, babies. Structure builds the bridge between chaos and calm. Think of a routine as a language your child understands. When words or emotions are confusing,
consistent
patterns speaks louder. And you know, and that's maybe I'm autistic too, because that's for me too. I gotta have a routine, baby. Like
that's for everybody.
No, yeah. And
everybody needs a routine.
Why do you think that a child is not the same? You gotta have the same thing for them too.
Everybody needs a routine.
So like morning routines, like when it's time to prepare, visual schedules. This part right here, guys, I have a whole video on visual aids and schedules, and how to build a routine for your child. So you can go check that out. It's in the autism course that's in the homepage. Okay. So when the environment stays stable, the child feels emotionally anchored, and that reduces pressure on the parents too. So having structure is important, not just for your child, but it's also important for you as well, because it's going to help you out. Okay. Now let's get to discipline. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Praise the Lord for the discipline. Okay. Discipline is teaching, not punishing. Let's say that again. Discipline is teaching, not punishing. Discipline for an autistic child looks different. It's not about control, it's about guidance and consistency. Let's say that again. It's about guidance and consistency. And here's where a lot of times us mamas, we fail in the consistency. I will beat your behind and don't even do it.
That's my mama.
You can't have that. You don't trust that and then give it to him anyway. Okay.
My mama was like that.
You know they pull on our heartstrings.
Not mine, baby, because I look deep.
They
I look
giving
at my kids dead in your face. Get out of my face and go in your room.
Okay, look, no. No, saying no is okay, guys. It is. Autistic children need discipline that focus on teaching skills, not reinforcing shame, not leaving bruises on them and lock them in a cage, like I've been seeing online lately.
What?
Girl, this lady lock a child.
Her autistic child in the cage?
Yes. In a dog cage at that. Yeah.
That was online?
Yeah, it was in the news.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, we're Child Protective Services, so they call Child Protective Services. That's
But
crazy work.
The service kept giving the child back to him.
Oh, they need to be locked up too.
Child, that's a whole nother show.
How'd that go?
CPS.
It's crazy.
He ended up killing the baby. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that on another show. They are often driven by sensory needs or difficulty processing emotions, not intentional defiance. Healthy discipline looks like setting clear, simple expectations. First, we clean up, then you go outside. First, you brush your teeth, then you can do YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how they like it. I mean, I like it like that too. Mm-hmm. Positive reinforcement rewards desired behavior with praise, tokens, sensory friendly treats. After you do such and such, you can do such and such. And that's just not with autistic children. That's with all children. All children need structured discipline and routine. So this can help parents in general. Immediate feedback. They connect best when you correct them when it happens.
Exactly.
You gotta do it when it happens, not later, not a day later, not when you feel better, not when you think, right when it happens. Because that's when it's gonna sink in when you do it right then when it happens. And consistency, child. We can say that all day. Consistency. Okay. Routine reduces anxiety and improves emotional regulation. And we saw in the aggression clip, a lot of times the kids have aggressions because they can't regulate their emotions, because they can't actually articulate what they're feeling. Mm-hmm. So then they crash out, so they don't know how to deal with it. So having a routine reduces anxiety and improves emotional regulation. Routines directly impact, girl, whatever that word is, in the brain, emotional alarm system. Mm-hmm. This means fewer meltdowns, more emotional control, better sleep cycles, improved transition between activities such as breakfast, brush your teeth, visual timer, bus time. So like my son, he has this big giant schedule thing. And again, I have courses on these things that we're talking about right now separately. So just check out the playlist on the autism playlist, and you'll see all those videos in there. And also, you'll see the episode with Javon and her ex-husband talking about their kids. You'll see that in there as well. And a routine benefits the parents to when the parent implements structure, they also gain peace of mind. Routine replaces decision fatigue with rhythm. You no longer have to argue, negotiate, because the system carries structure. So it not only helps the child, it helps you too. Okay. Here are some practical ways you can build structure. Visual schedules. Like I said, Mr. Cato has this giant schedule in his room. Timers and transition clues, consistent sleep and mealtime routines. Like there's a set time to do everything, and they know this time. Behavioral charts, and again, parent consistency. So, do you have you used any of these tools? Because I use the schedules.
The only thing I ever used was a chore chart when I was
Okay.
teaching them how to clean their room,
Mhm.
in the bathroom, sweep the floor. So
Okay.
we had a chore chart. Other than that, everything that was the only thing I had to use a chart for.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
do the schedule. Yeah, I do the visual schedule chart.
I do have a question though, because we're talking about routines, and I do know, have you ever had to deal with Caleb where you had to break his routine for something?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you handle that? Did he handle it okay? Because I know sometimes autistic children, they don't like their routine being bothered.
Yeah. When he was smaller, like in elementary school, but
Mhm.
like I would say maybe from when he first developed autism and then probably like the second grade, it was hard to transition from something different. But it
Mhm.
seems like the older he got, he'd be like, "Child, I don't care." Like he just
Yeah.
he'll
I never had an issue with the throwing
became
them
like, "Oh, I got my snacks and my iPad, child. I don't care what you doing."
I never had an issue with the temper tantrum with breaking a routine, but I do notice especially with Raymond, because of the chore chart, so he's used to sweeping the floor at a certain time, like
Okay.
certain time. So sometimes I come home and I'm like, Raymond, you don't need to sweep. There's nothing on the floor to sweep. It's okay.
But he's like, yeah.
So I don't think he really gets it. So he'll wait till I go in my room and then he'll go sweep the floor.
Now, I
Because
know,
it's
like,
in his routine. That's his
yeah,
routine. So he'll do it. I'll just be like, okay, do it, whatever you want to do.
let him do it. I'll ask Mr. Caleb like what time, because we have learning time on the computer sometimes.
Mhm.
Like I'll do I Excel, so I'll ask him what time does he want to do it. So I'll let him choose the time. Like you want to go at 2:00 or you want to do it at 3:00, and then
Mhm.
he'll tell me whatever. But I still have to remind him because yeah, he be in his own little world. But I usually let him. But the older he's gotten, the transition, he never really had a meltdown about a routine being broken.
Mhm.
But you could tell he was aggravated about it. Like, where we
Yeah.
going? Not what we're supposed to be doing. What, lady? Where we going? So
That face they give you be like,
yeah. Be like,
Ma, I supposed to sweep the floor right now. Like,
right. Oh my goodness. All right. Teaching self-discipline through structure. Structure helps children internalize boundaries. Over time, they will learn to predict expectations and self-correct themselves. That we go back to that regulation, self-regulating. Balancing structure with flexibility. And like you were saying,
the breaking of the routine.
yeah. So you gotta have some flexibility in there. Sometimes I'll let him choose the time. So then there is some leeway in there, something like that. Um, so I guess giving a little bit of flexibility kind of helps them with the change of the routine or something or changing a transition or something like that.
Mhm.
Structure strengthens emotional connection. Predictable routines make space for connection. When a child isn't anxious about what's next, they move more emotionally available. So, I mean, this is yeah. And when I look at a lot of these ladies, these parents on the TikTok and stuff, when they be talking about the issues they having with their children and stuff, and a lot of times I can see even in the video with the kids and what they're doing in the background, I'm like, they have no structure.
None.
I'm like, this is why they flipping out, lady.
Yeah, you got to start. I started mine as babies, like, and this is before I even knew they were autistic. It was just like, nah, I got kids, but that don't mean I can't go to the movies and go to the store and go to the restaurant. So that was already embedded in me to just make sure that that structure was in place. So when I did find out they were autistic, it was just an easy transition because I was already doing it.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
so.
Exactly. The long-term impacts: children raised in structure, not just autistic children, but children raised in structure tends to communicate more effectively, develop emotional intelligence, show fewer behavior challenges, okay, and transition better into adulthood and independence.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for the structure and discipline. Let's see.
Hey, so we'll call this little rant my bed chronicles, okay? I don't think people understand how important structure and routine is to autistic children. They just don't understand. I literally had a whole meeting with my kids' school and the board of education about structure and routine. Zayn has gone haywire over the last month or two because there has not been a routine and structure. So every day he goes into school with something different. He cannot process it. So I've been talking to a school about it. We've been going up there and they just were not getting the fucking hint. So I had to bring the board of education in like, hey, there needs to be a routine. There needs to be a schedule. He needs to know what he is getting into day to day. How small it seems like to us, it is a game changer for him. And when there is chaos, when there is no structure, when there is no routine, that is a sensory overload for him. That's the same reason why he will watch the same movies over and over again and laugh like he ain't never seen it before, because he knows what's going to happen. He can say the words verbatim, but he knows there's no surprise. Same reason why he likes vanilla ice cream and plain Lay's chips. There's no surprises. He don't like it. And I understand that we are trying to get him to adapt to these things, but at the end of the day, routine, repetition, structure is what the fuck he needs. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you are dealing with an autistic person, I don't give a fuck, adult or child, and some of y'all may be undiagnosed.
Exactly.
But structure and routines are huge. And obviously some days you have to alter from that, but when it's day to day, something fucking different, you're gonna get a different fucking person from him every single day.
I'm not that autism mom that allows my kid to go to school and wreak havoc. Every day between Facebook and TikTok, y'all say, oh, I tell the teacher to follow the IEP. Your kid in there cutting up.
I wish my child would go to school and act up. What?
Look, Nala went to school and act up.
Stop going up that school so fast.
Nala went to school one time. I think she slapped the teacher. And they called me down there. I said, oh. So I said, Nala, this is what we doing? I'm talking to her, the teacher right there. I said, this is what we doing? You gonna get it when you get home. And the lady's like, oh, we don't condone what. I said, I do.
I don't care what you condone, child.
And when she got back to school, she was perfect. None of that no more.
Children terrorizing.
How you gonna tell me
tearing that classroom up, disrupting instructional time for everybody, and y'all talking about follow the IEP, follow the behavior intervention plan. Go be a parent and go pick your goddamn kid up from that school.
Exactly.
Go be a parent and pick your kid up from that school. Because I got my kid's cell phone number. Sis, she said, oh, he's having a bad day, I'm coming. He was cutting up in the morning. She said, he having a bad day, I'm coming. I don't know what's wrong. He can't tell me what's wrong. But I'm not going to sit here and let him terrorize the whole damn school and tell them to follow the damn IEP. I'm his mama.
Okay.
I'm his mama. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use that FMLA. And I'll go to that school. And I'll get my child. And I'm bring it home. Because maybe he just needed to regroup. He just wasn't feeling it. He couldn't tell me what was wrong. But I'm not going to allow him to tear up that school and tear up that classroom and aggravate that goddamn teacher.
Y'all know my daughter have autism, baby. I don't. Yes, you, baby. I don't allow nobody to treat my baby like she's handicapped, can't do shit, can't hear shit, and don't know shit. You come to this house, you will hear me all day. Put that shit down. Just as I would if she didn't have autism. Don't come trying to baby her and she doesn't understand. She
Okay, look,
Exactly.
I ain't with you cursing the baby out, but I'm with you on everything else though. I'm with you on everything else, baby. You talking right, little lady. I was about to say something, but I'm not going. I ain't gonna be petty, but okay.
she might not be able to talk, baby, but she understands. No, stop. Put that shit down. I don't.
If you have a child with autism that does not talk, the best thing you can do for them is to talk.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. I don't know why people don't want to talk to their kids.
And don't be doing no baby babble either. Talk, nigga.
Even when they babies, like I never understood. Better talk to your child. I be talking to these little babies. Like when I been to see a baby, I be like, "How you doing, little baby?" Like I'm talking words.
Like what? That's why these babies don't be talking, because y'all don't talk to them. Look, sis, they don't even read to the children no more. They don't read no books. They don't do nothing. They just put that tablet and phone in their face, and that's it.
They crazy.
And then y'all wonder why y'all burnt out around here.
They crazy. Mira will tell you she was in the
Right, Miss
library.
So go ahead.
I said Mira will tell you she like books. That's why she like reading and writing books now. They were in a library.
Mm-hmm.
She was 7 when I started taking her, so she could learn to Dewey Decimal and all of that. Because you don't know, electronics might not be around forever. You're going to have to learn the Dewey Decimal System. I mean,
Right.
You got to take them.
So she said, talk to him.
You started talking.
7.
Come over here. How old were you when you started talking, Messiah?
7.
7. 7 years old. He was 7 years old when he started talking. And now he can't stop talking because you have what?
Now I'm 15.
Now you're 15. Messiah has autism. But what?
Autism does not have me.
Autism.
Yeah.
Because I have time today, I'm going to try to make it quick though. For those of people that question, oh, do you have an autistic child? I do. Look at my other videos. I do. Number 2, learned behavior. Aggression is not learned behavior. You are correct. It's not. But how the fuck they deal with it is. How the fuck they deal with it. The learned behavior that I'm talking about is the lack of accountability and consequences. So to learn.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely correct.
Talking about is I can throw this motherfucking tablet and you ain't finna do shit about it. That's the learned behavior about it. The learned behavior, like with my child, he threw that motherfucking tablet one time. I put that bitch over top of the motherfucking refrigerator. You ain't getting it for 30 minutes. I didn't say 30 minutes, but you're not getting it. You're gonna get it back when I tell you can get it back because you don't throw your tablet. Right? He learned, if I throw this motherfucker, she's gonna take it. And she ain't gonna give it back because I had a meltdown. I don't give a fuck about a meltdown.
Me
Have a
neither.
meltdown if you want to. And I was gonna sit up there longer.
I would go in my room and close
You
the
did
door.
A, so B happened. So when I say learned behavior, that is what I'm talking about. Okay? 3rd, y'all talk about it's a spectrum, all the kids different. I understand that. It's called the autism spectrum. I get it. And so obviously all the kids learn in different ways and some kids have different abilities, right? So as I said, you have to discipline your child what that looks like for your child. Every child, whether on the spectrum or not, gets disciplined what works for them. I have 4 children and I have to discipline them all the same, all different ways because they don't respond the same way to the same thing, period. They're different kids. But what I have to do is learn what worked for my son. And that's why I said spankings do not work for my son. That shit don't matter. All it do is piss him off. That don't do shit. His pain tolerance is
Child, yes. Okay, let's talk
That
about
was
that.
me when I was little.
Look, let's talk about that. Let me tell you. There is no reason. I don't think there is nothing that I can throw at this kid that's gonna hurt him. Like, he has superhuman strength. 1. Anytime it takes 5 5 male doctors to hold him down in the hospital, and he still was moving the gurney. Child, what is my little self gonna do?
Nothing. Not a thing.
I mean, it's not gonna do nothing. And his pain tolerance is through the roof. So it's like she right. Like, so you know, spanking and all of that ain't gonna do nothing. So you have to learn other ways to discipline your child.
Yep. And what works for that child. Because I mean, I'm not autistic, but I know when I was little, I would get in trouble. I would tell my mom to spank me. She's like, "What do you want? Punishment or spanking?" Spanking.
Let's go ahead and spank.
You know why? Because as soon as she done, I'm going back outside. But her punishments were like I was in jail. You hear me? And then she would wait till I had a track meet or something and then say, "Oh no, you know what you did 2 days ago? You can't go." And I'll be in there just crying. Like
that hurts your soul.
That hurt my soul. The punishments hurt worse than the spanking. So you gotta know your child. Like my mama knew, like, I'll spank me, I'm going back outside. It wasn't nothing.
Tell me that I couldn't sing on the choir, baby childhood. Child. You might just go ahead and put me in the grave because I would be, why? Oh my God. You know, like, child, oh Lord.
So you gotta know, like, when they little, spankings work, but when they get older, sometimes spankings don't work. And then what I look like spanking a darn 15, 16-year-old. Nah, we about to do something different.
Okay.
So
she's cooking. She's cooking. Let's let her cook.
What, I'm gonna kill him? You know what I'm saying? This joker just took a tooth out the other day and threw the bitch in the trash. I didn't even know.
That's what I'm saying. No, she ain't lying. Look.
She said took her tooth out. Throw it in the trash.
Y'all, my child almost lost his dang-gone toe.
Oh, you did tell me that.
This boy almost lost his toe because he was walking around with an infected, ingrown toenail, toe. By the time I saw the toe was green. Sepsis about to set in. Like, nigga, you about to leave this earth. You ain't say nothing. Like, you're not hurt. What's going on? and so that adds another layer of worry. Like, so every morning when I go in and say good morning to him, I was
checking them toes. Let me
see.
Let me see them toes, boy. Y'all got a whole new routine.
Yes, look, he knows exactly what to do. He'll pull the cover back and wiggle his toes every morning like clockwork.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness, these kids are something else, child. Lord have mercy.
No, you have to figure out what works for your child, whatever that looks like, and understanding that all of their learning is different. What I had to do was really zone in on what worked for my child, what got through to him. And let's be clear, being a parent is hard, but being a parent of an autistic child is not for the weak, honey. Okay? It is so mentally and emotionally taxing on a daily basis. This is not a couple of hour thing. This is fucking every day. I don't know what I'm going to get with my son every morning. Some mornings he wakes up, he gets himself dressed, he brushes his teeth, he will make his waffles, he will attempt to make his fucking lunch and shit. And then there's other mornings when baby boy is with all the shits. All the shits. Okay? And when I also go back to learn behavior, I'm gonna give you an example. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing, autistic kids can be fucking assholes.
Yes.
And learning the difference of autism and an asshole is two different things. Okay? Real quick. I was walking one day in my house and I saw a little half sheet of fucking paper. So I stopped to see what it was. His little midget ass gonna come, step on the motherfucking paper and pull it backwards so that I couldn't read it. That was not autism.
Exactly.
That was a fucking asshole move.
Yes.
So of course I got in his stuff because I said, oh no, baby boy, that was rude. You do not do that. You do not do that. Okay? He ain't did it since. I didn't have to hit him. I corrected it on that spot. Do you understand that? And then I made him give me the goddamn piece of paper because I wanted to read it. So that's what I'm talking about with learned behavior.
Immediate correction.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we just had.
Stop looking for convenience if you want to help your autistic child with demand avoidance. It's false economy. Just now, my daughter disturbing my wife, trying to hang up the washing. I'm trying to do some paperwork. And my wife made the fatal error of, leave me alone, I need to get this done. Great. What should have taken 5 minutes to fix now took 45 minutes after dealing with Ruby's tantrum. Why? Because you wanted convenience. It happens to all of us. Yeah.
Do you think that's one of the main problems with parenting today? Parents want convenience and want to be left alone, so they kind of avoid their children.
Yes, that's why they set them in front of the TV all day long
Mm-hmm.
because it's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
for one. Those are the type of people that weren't ready for kids in the first place.
Yeah.
They weren't ready for kids, and they probably didn't even want them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's those you breed those type of parents that
Yeah.
Johnny, sit in front of the TV. Let me do this.
Right. Let me keep him occupied. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, he's right.
Just want to get the work done. You want to put the dishes away. You want to iron the shirt. You want to file your bills. You want to. I get it. We all want, but it's a trap. Because when you think about convenience, it's about something which works for you. It's not about what works for you, mate. It's what works for the kid. They're the ones with the different needs. You want convenience because it's transactional and it makes things just easier. Agreed. But that child can sense it. You know how these kids can sense it, right? They can sense when you're trying to move them along quickly, when you don't want to give them your time. They can sense it. And what happens? Dysregulated nervous system. Yeah, it kicks off. And now you're trying to pull them out of that hole. Full-blown meltdown.
Yep.
So you wanted convenience. Well, now you've got a big fucking inconvenience.
Yes, indeed.
Now,
Stay at the house.
I will say this because he mentioned some stuff like you want to do something with the bills or clean this. Now, there are times where your child is going to have to sit somewhere so I can finish something important.
Right.
That's not the like if I'm paying bills, I need 25 minutes. You're going to give me these 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can go and do whatever you want. Like they have to learn that too. That you can't always have my attention when you want it like this.
Right.
You know, so that has to be in place too, because I don't think I'm avoiding my child if I'm saying I need 25 minutes. You need to go over there and sit down and wait.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I need 25 minutes. So when 25 minutes is up or whatever I'm doing, then we're going to go do what you need to do. I don't think that's avoiding your child, because children need to understand that mom and dad can't just come to me whenever I want them to come to me. You know,
can we say that's where where we talked about the flexibility?
Yes. But the reason why I mentioned that, because he mentioned that in his video. He was like, you know, whether you're paying your bills or this, paying bills is important, or else we all gonna be left out on the street.
Right.
You know, so certain things now, telling my child to go watch TV because I want to watch a show on TV, that's different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if it's something important that I need you to be by yourself or for a little bit, then yeah, you need to do that. So
I think in that instance, then I think giving them something actually to do, or kind of so like, for example, if I'm sitting at the table and I'm paying bills or whatever, and I need a few minutes or whatever, okay, so here, draw me a picture, or here's a coloring book, sit here with me. I think the whole get away from me is what triggers them.
Yeah, I would never tell. I've never told my child to get away from me.
Chewing them off to another room or whatever when they actually want. And sometimes they just want to be in your presence, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting there and I'm doing something at the table or whatever, or just like he used a thing like wash dishes or something like that, get the stool. You're gonna wash dishes with mommy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You try to kind of incorporate.
Yeah.
So you're not just like avoiding them. Is
right.
What I'm trying to say. Yeah. So, but I do agree with you though on that one. How does a couple stay connected strong during these times? Because this is one of the big stressors, and this is why divorce and breakups happen a lot in the autism family. Communicate. Pick a path together. I know that's kind of hard, especially when both of you guys are like looking at services, looking at things you need to do, or how the direction you want to take the family in after the diagnosis. You have to come together and pick the path together, and not just one parent doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Working together, be understanding with each other. Rethink your priorities now, because if there's a shift now. So I think, and that goes back to communicate. You know, you guys have to come together and talk about that together. Create a support system for each other. Reconnect with each other, with others. Practice daily acceptance. Get sleep. Okay. Get get up and cuddle. You know, after you do the do and cuddle. Get some sleep. Release some stress and sleep. Okay. Date night, take time for yourselves separately. Like he can have a guy night out, you can have a girls night out. He can watch the kid while you do something, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Have a sense of humor. Laugh, 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 laugh. Just because your child had autism doesn't mean you need to be crying and so serious all the time. Laugh, have fun, live a little. Okay? Celebrate victories together. We constantly like talk about the bad things, the negative things, but kind of celebrate the good things together too. And this is not just like for couples, but just any type of relationship with your family members, siblings. You know, try to keep the connection strong, even though you're going through something, you know, that's really traumatic. Anything you want to add to this one, sis?
No, these are some things I tell some people who have come to me about, you know, if they're having marital issues, because I've been through it. You know, so date night is very important. We stopped having date night. It was non-existent, you know. And that's important. Time for yourself is very important. Communicate, like the biggest things to me was like communication, date night, and time for yourself are to me like the three biggest things that I think I failed in our marriage. Was that like you got to have that, you know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We are at the one that I want to talk about. Building your village and support system. Okay. I'm gonna cut on the clip. I need to run downstairs real quick and get Mr. Cato chicken out the oven.
Okay.
But I'm gonna cut the clip on so here is the clip that set me off. Okay. Here is the clip that set me off. I'm gonna read that dumbass comment that was in the chat. Okay.
Oh Lord.
But here is the clip. Shout out to Willie Williams Live TV. He played this clip in on his show, and let's listen to what he has to say, and then we're gonna expound on it. I'm gonna run downstairs while it's playing.
I have a 7-year-old and she's autistic. I don't got no village. But you bitches that be like, oh, I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world is a fucking lie. A fucking lie. I would change it. Motherfuckers judge, but no help. Every day, constantly. Worried about what the fuck I'm doing and not worried about my mental and about what the fuck I got going on. Pray it away. Where the fuck is it gonna go? I can't pray no fucking autism away. How about you pray for me? How about that? And I don't even do shit like this, but I know it's a lot of moms on here that'll get me. Cause my family don't. I'm just all over the place right now. I can't even stop moving. Yeah, fucking lie. It's gonna be.
I just want to say I understand it to the fullest. I have worked with multiple children with autism. Been around them a really, really long time. I've always hated when you can ask a person, well, it's especially women, and this is why it makes it so difficult to talk to women. You could know a woman You can know a woman that you had done grew up with, you know the community that she comes from and all that fly stuff right there. And you would just be asking the question like in general. It could be like a group of y'all and you could just ask a question like in general. Hell, like if y'all could go back and change anything from your past. Well, if you can go back in the past, would you have done it the same as far as having kids? When y'all get a chance, please ask the women in y'all life that question. And for some reason, and I've been asking that question for many, many years, different women, and they all said, yes, I love my kids. Now, where in what I had done said had anything to do with you loving your children. But do y'all understand that that's what the women heard? I didn't say anything about loving the kids. Say, would you, if you can go back, would you do things different as pertaining to having kids? That says nothing about do you love your kids, especially when it comes down to children with disabilities and shit, to where people in the church be talking about you just gotta pray it away, Well, god damn it, why the hell did God allow it in the first place? Y'all say that God is not a changing God, so prayer don't mean shit. It does nothing because this is how he sought it up. So what is we praying for if this is how God created? And just think about it. Why would you have to pray away disabilities when they just should not exist? We spend billions and quadrillions on cancer, and we still got cancer out there, bitch. We should have been able to cure autism. Nah, run it back, baby.
It's gonna be hard to upload.
I feel exactly what she's talking about.
It's gonna be hard to upload this, but I really don't give a fuck.
I'm glad that you did it too, because people, they need to be called out. People who ain't never been through this type of shit, people do not even know what the hell you're going through. And shout out to her for saying that she don't have a village. See, it be family saying, you gonna be all right and shit gonna be straight. We gonna pray for the child and all that little dumb shit like that. It ain't as hard as you making it. You can do it, girl. You strong. Bitch don't know what's going on behind them damn closed doors. You about to have multiple breakdowns. A lot of people have had multiple breakdowns. A lot of people don't know it though.
So I have a 7-year-old and she's autistic.
A lot of y'all never even seen an autistic child, especially one who is high on the spectrum. Because there's levels to this shit, in case you don't know.
I don't got no village. But you bitches that be like, oh, I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world, is a fucking lie.
There's a lie. And it be tripping me out because it's be people who have children who don't have a disability. So we would call that in the community a normal child. See, they're used to their normal children. They have no idea to have one that's not, quote unquote, normal.
A fucking lie.
Yep.
I would change it.
Yep.
Motherfuckers judge, but no help. Every day, constantly. Worried about what the fuck I'm doing and not worried about my mental and about what the fuck I got going on. Pray it away. Where the fuck it's gonna go?
Where it's gonna go?
Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
have a 7-year-old and she's autistic. I don't got no village. But you bitches that be like, oh, I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world is a fucking lie.
All right. First point of contention. How do you feel about that statement? When people say they wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. And she said they're a lie. If someone to ask you that question, would you change anything? What would be
So
your
I've been asked that question many times.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
And my answer has always been yes. There's a lot of things I would have changed about myself, about my partner, everything. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
However, I understand why some people say, like they hear, when they hear it, they hear like, do you love your kids? Right?
Right.
Because,
Yeah.
because a few times I've answered that question, some people were like, well, you don't love your kids? I like, the question wasn't about do I love my kids? The question was, would I change anything about as far as having them? You know, and that question, like, I still want kids, but the way I would do it would be different. So that's why I feel some people answer the way they answer, because if they do answer like I would answer or like she would answer, then the follow-up question would be like, you don't love your kids?
Right.
And that has been the follow-up question to me.
I think he says that part. Like they think that.
No, he says the women he's asked that question to think they hear that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He mentions that part.
But
Like
he's not mentioning the fact that the people who's asking the question, when the women or the men say yes, they will change, then the people will follow up with the question, oh, you don't love your kids.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? So
some people will say you don't love your kids if you
exactly. If you would change something different in your life about having kids, they would follow. Well, you don't love your kids.
Now, like the lady said in the clip that we played in earlier, when she said, "I love my son, but I hate autism."
Yes,
I love my son. I wouldn't change my son, not having my son for nothing in the world, but I definitely would change
him having autism. Correct. Yeah. So I think we need to be careful. And that was one thing when I watched the video, I didn't like that because for the simple fact, I've had people ask me those questions. Oh, you don't love your kids? Why? Well, if you love your kids, why would you change? Like, I'm not saying that.
Right.
I would change. I would be more of a financially stable. Maybe I might pick a different partner. Who knows?
Right.
But I never said I didn't want to have children. But I would change the path maybe that I took. Yeah. You know, so yeah, I mean, he was a little harsh on that. And maybe, you know how I am. I ain't in for all that gender war stuff. So it's maybe he was on that. But and I honestly, like when he says most time he's asking women, because most of the time the women are the ones having the kids. Just look at the world. Majority of the world, it's the mother has the children. So of course, you know, if you ask the mother, she might say, because she might think that, well, you don't think I love my children? Why would I change? Right. You know, but I just think we got to be careful asking those. Like, I don't know. I've never asked that type of question to anybody, to be honest. Like, I don't really care about if you would do it different or not. I really don't. That's your life. So why would I care? You know?
Let's finish this out, because there's a point that I want to get to that's a part of the conversation we having.
A fucking lie. I would change it. Motherfuckers judge, but no help. Every day, constantly. Worried about what the fuck I'm doing and not worried about my mental and about what the fuck I got going on. Pray it away. Where the fuck is it gonna go? I can't pray no fucking autism away. How about you pray for me? How about that? And I don't even do shit like this, but I know it's a lot of moms out here that'll get me. Cause my family don't. I'm just all over the place right now. I can't even stop moving. Yeah, fucking lie.
You muted.
What about the pray it away?
That's just the dumbest thing ever. This coming from a church girl. I've never heard
what are you talking about? Yeah.
I don't know. In my church, I've never heard anybody say pray it away. I heard them say leave it at the altar.
Lord
Or
gonna deliver.
we just gonna pray for you because from my understanding, like prayer can change a lot of things. Okay, so I'm gonna put that out. The prayer can change a lot of things. However, we don't know what it can change. Maybe it will change your lifestyle to where you have the funds and the atmosphere and the house to provide for your autistic children. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, prayer can provide a lot of different things. But to say I want to pray the autism away,
Yeah.
I've never prayed that.
And look, you had some churches be talking about that it's a demon, evil spirit coming to be cast spirit.
What? That's crazy. I ain't never.
I've seen, child, you know, I be all over the internet. I be seeing all kinds of stuff.
That's like them saying, like when I hear that, I'm like, well, you putting a child with autism on the same level as you putting a gay person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they say pray the gay away.
Right. What you gonna send into a concentration camp? What's going on?
Now I feel that's a demon there, but that's different. That's different.
A whole nother conversation.
Yeah, different. You know, you ain't praying no autism away. You know, pray for me to have more patience. You know, pray for me to be more stable. You know, pray for my mental health. Pray for my child to have more patience with me. You know, those are things that people should be praying about. You know, and while you praying for me, come knock on my door and lend me a helping hand.
Exactly. And that's the point.
Come give a mother a break. Okay.
Exactly. And as you can see, this is exactly what this young lady is missing. I'm gonna get to this other part. I heard.
People that need to be called out. People who ain't never been through this type of shit. People do not even know what the hell you're going through. And shout out to her for saying that she don't have a village.
She doesn't have a village.
I feel for people like that. I've always had a village. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
It's small, but it's there. You know, so it's not like I'm by myself. Sometimes I do feel like I'm by myself, but that's just this journey because nobody else is feeling what you feel. So you're always going to feel like you're by yourself. But I do have a village that steps in sometimes and helps me if I need it. So.
And here's and you can tell she's a young man. You can tell that she's so overwhelmed.
Oh yeah,
she's overwhelmed. You know,
I'm trying to figure out what our family doing to her.
Like the whole the stressor thing, and you know what it probably because a lot of times, because I experienced that in when Caleb was first diagnosed, and because especially the older ones like moms and grandmoms and stuff like they don't know what the heck that is, and they not even trying to understand. You know. Pray it out of them kind of thing, you know what I mean? And so I felt like I was on the island because like even with my mom, she kind of like started treating him differently. She didn't understand. And what people do when they don't understand something, they act ignorant.
Right.
You know, ignorance is bliss, you know what I'm saying? Until she recognized like she thought that he was this fragile thing that she had to treat differently now. Like, oh, you treat him the same. Ain't nothing wrong with him.
Ain't nothing wrong with him.
Just stop talking. That's it. That's other than that, he still do the same thing. But it took her a minute to get to it because, believe it or not, the grandparents go through a grieving process too. they have hopes and dreams for the grandbaby too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was that whole. So she's probably experiencing all these things, and not having the understanding and empathy from our family and friends, and feeling like nobody else understands what I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
She's going through it.
Yeah, that's why I don't talk to a lot of people, because you get I guarantee she's probably trying to talk to her family about how what's going on with her,
Mm-hmm.
and because they don't understand, she's frustrated, and
Right.
because they can't understand,
Mm-hmm.
the only thing they can
And,
tell her
and
is
they
pray it
probably
away.
give her dumb answers, and she's looking at them like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck?"
So because they can't understand her, so
Mhm.
they're probably telling her, "Well, baby, just pray it away. It'll be okay. Just pray it away." So they're giving her those like, and it's not a bad thing, because they don't know. Like,
Right.
my mom worked at a disability home for a long time. She was dealing with adult patients, and she used to take them to church with her. And we used to, so I've been around disabled people for a lot of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But when my kids were disabled, my mom would intervene like she knew what was going on. And I had to stop my mom, like, look, you don't know. She was like, oh, I used to work at a group home. I understand. I said, no, you don't. You worked at the group home, an 8-hour job, and you went home. This is 24/7. I don't get a break. I'm
Yep.
here all the time.
Yeah.
So you don't understand on that level. Those people, even though you love them and you care for them, they are a job to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's different here. I can't just be like, okay, my 8 hours is up. See y'all later.
Right. Exactly. It's different. Yeah.
So even the parents that understand you're dealing with disabilities because they've dealt with it in the work environment, they still can't understand to a certain level unless you living in the house with me.
Right. It's not
You
personal.
don't know, right?
It's not personal. You're not, that person is not connected.
Right.
In
And
every
even with their father, he don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Our level of understanding is different when it comes to them, because I'm with them 24/7. Even when we were married, it was still different because he was gone a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So he said it when he was on the show. He sees them sometimes as adults,
Mm-hmm.
and I do too. However, I know different because I'm here 24/7. Raymond have his time where I can see the adult man in him. Then there's times where he's an 11-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
So even with us parents, we don't see it all. Somebody is dealing with more of it than you are. So I feel for the young lady. She definitely needs to be around people that are going through the same thing she goes through. So, because her family, she wants her family to understand, but that's not something they would ever be able to understand.
Yeah.
So
And
it's just what it is.
why some of the points that we're gonna go over is so important, and it goes back to the things that we talked about with the self-care and understanding what your stresses are and how to relieve those stresses.
Mhm.
It seems like maybe she's in a sunken place right now where she's not utilizing the resources and stuff that's around her.
Yeah, that hole is deep. 'Cause I've
Mhm.
been there.
Yeah.
That hole is very deep.
And some people climb out of it quickly, and some people takes a while. They'll get out and then they'll go back in. They'll get out and they go back in. Go back.
That's me.
Up,
That yo-yo. I do
Mhm.
that a lot.
Yeah.
But at least I can climb out. They have some people that just
They
never
can't.
climb out, and then they're not here with us no more.
Exactly.
So I've seen a lot of that on social media. Parents
Mhm.
taking their lives. They can't deal with the pressure anymore.
They, just like we talked about earlier when I was saying about the mother that's like, putting the child in the cage and stuff.
Yeah.
You start unleashing anger on the child, right? then comes abuse, then comes, the deletion and stuff like that. And then
Mhm.
just destroying your whole entire family because you're burnt out.
Yeah, you got to be
See,
careful.
Go ahead.
I feel like even like if your family doesn't understand, I feel like with family members, still you're not going to understand, but still try to be there for her on her mental state because she's reaching out for a reason. Like I'm looking at this video, this young lady, I would be scared for her life.
Exactly, because you heard what she said. She was like, what about me? How is y'all checking up on me?" You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
you
Like,
would
I'm
see
about
like
to lose my shit.
these videos where people are so vulnerable on the internet like this. These people are on the edge. They about
Exactly.
to jump.
Exactly.
Because I can't see myself on the internet. I can't see myself so vulnerable to be on the internet like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you got, because she said, like, I usually don't do this, but when you don't have nothing else and you just need to, this is where
Yeah, she's screaming for somebody to help her.
she's screaming for help.
So
Yeah.
anybody, anyone.
Yeah.
family saying, you gonna be all right and shit gonna be straight. We gonna pray for the child and all that little dumb shit like that.
Right. That part. Yeah, like it's gonna be all right. You're gonna be okay. You strong and trust in the Lord. And like, I don't want to hear that right now. I don't want to
Right.
hear that right now. And at this point, she don't want to hear that shit. She don't want to hear that right now. She don't need to hear that right now. Okay.
It ain't as hard as you making it. You can do it, girl. You strong. Bitch don't know what's going on behind them damn closed doors. You about to have multiple breakdowns.
Like they're saying, like one time I was like, I was talking to brother and sister. I was like, man, do y'all understand? I get on this thing and smile at y'all all the time. But y'all know that most of the time I'm crying on the inside.
Yep. Like I've reached out to Will a few times. I said I need a break. Like I'm not here right now. I need a break.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's finish.
A lot of people have had multiple breakdowns. A lot of people don't know it though.
So I have a 7-year-old and she's autistic.
A lot of y'all never even seen an autistic child, especially one who is high on the spectrum. Because there's levels to this shit, in case you don't know.
I don't got no village. But you bitches that be like, oh, I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world is a fucking lie.
There's a lie. And it be tripping me out because it's be people who have children who don't have a disability. So we would call that in the community a normal child.
Now I'm about to read a comment that from a person that got one. That what child would do.
I saw that you had commented on his video. What I didn't read all the comments.
And I was like, I was so mad. I'm gonna read it in a minute.
See, they used to their normal children. They have no idea to have one that's not, quote unquote, normal.
A fucking lie.
Yep.
I would change it.
Yep.
Motherfuckers judge, but no help. Every day, constantly. Worried about what the fuck I'm doing and not worried about my mental and about what the fuck I got going on. Pray it away.
Again, we have the mentality of a combat soldier. Just that by itself. That's where our minds are.
It's a fight every day.
Because we're literally fighting.
Yeah, it's a fight every day. So you're in survival mode all the time.
So if you have someone someone that you know that has a child with autism or adult with autism, check on them. Because you never know what day they're having. Because some days they can be smiling and like literally going to war on the inside. So check up on him. Just check up on him.
Where the fuck is gonna go?
Where it's gonna go?
So let me read the comments.
Okay.
So I commented, I have an autistic 22-year-old son, and having a village and a tribe is so important. 11 likes. Somebody say yes, so true for any child. A lot of people like yes. Okay. Someone says, I have a 17-year-old autistic daughter and I have to stay focused dealing with them. It's not easy at all. I respect this woman for speaking up. Then we have another comment. My middle child is autistic with ADHD. He just turned 25 and has the mental capacity, understanding, and reasoning of a 6-year-old. Raised him alone after my divorce since he was 6. Unless you have one or help to raise one, you'll never understand.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see how everybody is
pretty much on the same mindset.
Pretty concise what the woman was saying, what the video was about.
Yes. Don't tell me a red pillar got in there. You should have stayed with your husband.
She ain't missed a beat with those roller coasters on the side of her head.
What?
Yes, child.
What they got to do with anything?
And look, and this coming from a woman on here, child, look like a monster. Then somebody said that's why parental care is so important. Absolutely correct. Then someone says, I have a 6-year-old who is autistic. I would not change my situation for nothing, but it is hard if you do it by yourself. So you mean to tell me that if you had a magic wand, you would not have your child be autistic? You're lying. I'm just gonna say you're lying.
Yeah, because I would change it. I would change all this in a heartbeat.
Why would you want?
Why would you want your child to stay that way?
To have to go through the hardships of life, being in this world.
If the genie said you get 3 wishes, them gonna be some of my wishes. Okay,
sis, that would be my first one.
Yeah, I got two autistic children, so 2 of my wishes is gonna be that.
It'll be my first one.
My son is 25.
Like,
I would love for him to have a regular relationship with someone.
A hardship that they want to go through life. When you are no longer here, ma'am,
Exactly.
sir, I don't know what you are. When you are no longer here, and depending on what spectrum on the spectrum they are, they can start getting abused in a group home, taken advantage of, all that.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that you wouldn't change it? Y'all lying.
I'm telling you, it's because they're speaking out of the fact that, oh, if I say I would change this, that I don't love my child. No.
That wasn't the question.
And if somebody was to say that to you, then ignore them. I ignore people all the time. People have told me that. I don't care about you.
All right. Some of these comments don't make no sense. Y'all blaming her for her child being autistic or choosing her circumstance. What the fuck? Make that make sense. Y'all are so miserable and judgmental. It's scary, because it's about to get good.
What they said, choosing her circumstance, meaning what?
I guess choosing to have the baby
because she's single. She's a single mother.
I guess so, child.
It gotta be.
So this person is fussing at the people in the comments saying dumb stuff. I think they responded to the lady here that says about the circumstance and all that kind of stuff. Okay, anyway, you're so right. I think people sound stupid when they say they would do anything, they would do everything the same way and wouldn't change anything. Hey, absolutely, I agree with that. I can think of a lot of things I would change. I would have focused more in school, went to college after graduation instead of having a baby that early. If I can go back, I would ignore quite a few people and put myself on a very different path, pave my own way, easy street. Yes, I mean, look, even down to the most simplest thing. If I would have listened to my inner self and went down North Avenue instead of Federal Street, I wouldn't have gotten to that accident.
Exactly.
Just the simple thing. So
Simple
don't tell
stuff.
me you wouldn't change nothing now.
So you
Y'all
trying
be
to tell me
lying.
you would go through this hardship again?
Right, exactly. Like y'all is lying. I don't know what. Okay. Child, they be
If you had
lying.
two paths, that's a poem. But if you had two paths to go down, and there's one path is the same one you in, and then the other one is to be rich, which one you gonna take?
They be lying, man.
You want to be Paul again?
Right, thank you. You lying like I don't know what. Now here's the comment that I want to get to.
Uh-oh.
Commenter is a woman with an autistic child.
Oh Lord.
She says she needs to toughen up. That sentence right there just blew my mind.
Wow.
That blew my motherfucking mind. I was like, no, she didn't.
Toughen up.
That's what she said.
Mm.
She says she needs to toughen up. You choose to be a mother, hold it together, period. There are resources you have to find them, research. Now, I agree with that. The kids aren't the issue. They are just special humans. Is not about parental care, is not about anything except they are made how they are made. So stop expecting them to be anyone other than themselves. At
She
what
didn't say
point,
anything.
let me finish. At what point did this girl complain about her fucking child?
That's what she didn't say nothing about the kids.
She said nothing about her child. She was talking about the crazy people that's not supporting her and the people that's saying dumb shit to her.
People have selective hearing.
Oh my God. I think people just say shit to just be saying shit.
Yeah, it's the internet. They just want to go viral and feel important, so they say that type of stuff.
And to say to this young girl, this young mother that's clearly doing it by herself, she needs to toughen up. Bitch, you is crazy.
So
because you can't tell me that there was not one point at any point that when you learned the diagnosis of your child that you did not
you was
feel
okay.
frustrated, you weren't stressed out, you didn't go to denial, you didn't go through none of the stages of grief.
Exactly.
None. But you
So your child was perfect behaving as an autistic child. Your child was perfect.
I digress.
Behavior perfect, everything perfect as an autistic child. So you didn't have no problems.
I digress.
So she lying. The devil.
I'm gonna leave that alone because
I'm not. She lying. She lying. I would have went on that comment. Bitch, you lying. You're lying.
She literally toughen up.
She got a YouTube page?
Yes.
Let me see. Let's go on her YouTube page. I want to see what's on her YouTube page.
You know who it is. You've been on her page before.
Ah, she lying. Nope.
You've been on her page.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So I'm like, what in the world? Like, are we literally? So here's the problem I have. Just because you are in a better space than somebody else, you can't down them from not being in that space. Just because you have crawled out of that hole, that sunken space, and they just not have made it there yet, that you show no compassion, no empathy, and no understanding. And being that you are an autism parent as well, you mean to tell me you don't understand the frustration that this young lady is feeling?
I can't believe she said that.
Be in a place that you may have always had a village around you because you had a husband with your child and mothers and fathers that's probably understanding or whatever, and it was there for you. And this young lady is telling you that she doesn't have that, and you're going to say, toughen it up, bitch. What?
I think she's already tough enough.
Yeah, right. Like
if you still
have
here,
a right. We have a right to cry. We have a right to feel
Right.
frustrated. We have a right to be stressed out. We have a right to have these feelings.
I think just because a person is emotionally broken down does not mean that they're not tough.
Exactly.
Like, because my family and friends would tell you, my family and friends would tell you that I'm probably the toughest person they know. Like, I just don't. And I don't like it because I don't like showing my emotions out loud.
Right.
But behind closed doors is different, And I'm like that because of people like that saying toughen up. It's like you don't want to be a burden. And I told my therapist, it's like I don't want to be a burden to people. So I hide a lot of my emotions to myself.
Right.
But just because you're crying or you're frustrated does not mean you're not tough.
Right. And this young lady is in a place where she's frustrated at this point. This is a young girl. She probably, and we don't know the extent, like, because she could have had a late diagnosis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she's probably got all this on her shoulders, have nobody to lean on, don't know what to do, don't know how to, like, wow, that's crazy work. So it gets better. So someone responds and says, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Who did that?
I was like, because
these comment sections.
nothing you saying in your comment had anything to do with this. What this young lady was complaining. She was not complaining about her child. She was complaining about the other people around her or the lack thereof. And to say it's not about parental care, ma'am, what? The fact that
is important.
The fact that you can have time to get on the internet and do your shows, and you have time to go here, everywhere, and do what you need to do because you have some time to yourself, where this young lady may not have time to herself, is parental care, bitch. What we talking about? Self-care.
Self-care is important.
This young lady may not have it at this moment.
You can't pour into anybody if you're not taking care of yourself.
Or from a freaking empty cup. And I did a show on that. Check out the playlist. You can't pour from an empty cup. What are we talking about?
Because I've poured myself into many people where I was just you could feel the emptiness inside yourself when you ain't got no more to give. So yeah, you got to stay healthy. And
exactly. And from the looks of this young lady, is like she's at the beginning stages of grief. She hasn't even gotten to acceptance yet and resolve yet. She's still at the beginning. And to be thoughtless or show no compassion when you therefore are in the same predicament, may not, because you have a better circumstance. This is how you going to react. Oof, child. I was so mad. I called brother and I was literally shaking. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? Wait, huh? It had nothing to do with this young lady. She wasn't complaining about her baby. She was complaining about the people around
her. Yeah.
And the comment was all about her accepting her child. She accepts her child. She just can't deal with the people that's not there for her. Her village, support group, somebody to hey, are you okay? See, your little one is little, but wait till you get to where me and Javon are.
Yeah, adult.
Let's revisit your comment. Wait till you get to the high school and in the adulthood, and yeah, let's revisit then.
Yeah.
So somebody says, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So then she replies to them and says, "I'm talking about there is no time for meltdowns, ma'am. Who? Where? Huh? What?" She says there is no time for meltdowns when you have an autistic child or any child, really.
I don't know. I've had a lot of meltdowns, and my oldest is 25 and doing very well. So,
okay. And mine's 22 and graduated from high school with honors, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop that.
So,
when you get where we are and say we don't have time for meltdowns,
meltdowns is going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because You may think you have all the answers, and you may think you have everything set up, but baby, child, them curveballs come a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Those curveballs comes a lot. And you're going to worry all the time because you don't know when the reaper comes for you.
Yeah.
And you don't know when you're going to be down sick and you worrying about when your mama is no longer here, when your daddy's no longer here, when your boyfriend is no longer here, or you break up and then you're wondering, like, okay, when the father's no longer here, if something happens to the father, if something
Mm-hmm.
happens to me, who gonna love my baby like I love him?
Right. You always gotta have some.
Baby, like, go take care of.
You gotta always have some level of empathy for others.
Exactly. I was like,
Yeah.
where's the compassion and empathy for the person that's in the same shoes as you? Let's finish what she said. She said, "There's no time for meltdowns, baby. It ain't no time for you to cry. It's no time for you to feel sorry. You shouldn't be stressed out. You shouldn't be worrying about child. You should not, child. Basically, children are a blessing no matter what.
Yeah, they are.
They are. What that got to do with me having a hard time dealing with the situation that I'm dealing with the diagnosis, dealing with the day-to-day stresses by myself. The girl was complaining about not having support. Crazy bitch. What you talking about? She's not the baby wasn't complaining about her child. She was complaining about the dumb stuff people were saying to her.
Yeah, that's you know what that is? And I've seen that before. Ironically, I've seen that with men, though, most of the time, not with women, where chaos is around them, but they harden, right? And so they can move in that chaos because they so hardened, so she's
Child.
experiencing stress, but
Did you see
but
the name of her platform?
no.
It was so crazy you said chaos because that's one of the words in her case.
Oh, yeah, because
It's chaos.
because I don't know if you ever seen it, but you ever seen a man in chaos, but he's so hardened to everything around him, it seems like he's moving well in that.
Right.
Because they
But
have people that function in chaos really well, but because they're so hardened to it.
No,
you
this
know.
this this is self-righteous behavior right now. This ain't got nothing to do with that. That's being self-righteous and judgmental and no empathy at this point. Children and no listening skills. Children are a blessing no matter what. It is a choice to have them. Why melt down because your journey may be harder than others? Oh my God. So apparently we're not supposed to cry about anything. We're not supposed to be stressed out about anything. We're not supposed to worry about anything. We're supposed to be soldiers in the army of the Lord.
Well, even soldiers get stressed out because I was one. So I don't know if soldiers get stressed out, if soldiers get scared, because we do. And we soldiers. Shit, I was in the Navy. I got scared. I was stressed. I was anxious.
Devon, did Jesus wept?
Yes, he did.
Didn't he cry in the daggone garden?
He did.
He said, "Take this freaking cup from me." He asked the Father to take the cup from him because he was going through it. So you mean to tell me I am lower than the angels and Jesus? I can't cry. I can't worry. I can't be stressed out about the future of my child.
I don't know. That's weird.
Weird. They are special little humans, not a burden, not difficult to raise. They're just kids. Yeah, so a person, people would say that, a lot of people that would say that, you know, are people that like to put tablets and have other people raise the kids and send them to school and send them to daycare, and
Because they don't have to deal with the everyday
right
stresses.
not hand on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But try homeschooling them.
Yeah.
Try doing therapy with them.
Yeah.
No, don't call the teacher to the therapy. No, you do it. You do it. Let's see how the little humans, especially little humans, and it's not difficult. Okay, yeah, okay. When you can't understand what they don't understand you, and you don't understand them, and you trying to figure out what's hurting them or what's bothering them, you trying to figure it out how to calm them down and stuff, and it's just not working. That's not difficult. I'm
Life is difficult.
I
So
couldn't
why
believe
wouldn't
what I
that be
couldn't
difficult?
believe what I was reading, Javon. I really couldn't.
Like, life is not easy at all. So why would this be any easier?
Then she says, I hate when people let the diagnosis limit their view on how these kids are looked at.
It's not about the kids.
No, wait a minute, let me finish. I hate when people look at the diagnosis limit when how they view their kids are looked at. You got it now, or what? I don't know what that means, but that's not what this video was about.
Mm-mm.
And it's sad that the intelligence that she claimed to have, this was her response to this young lady. That bothered me a lot. Like, wow. This girl was talking about her mental status of not having support or a person to lean on. Of course, you can say this if you got a support system, mother, father, husband, brother, whatever, that's there to help you and assist you and all this. But it's clear that this young lady doesn't even have that. She said in the video, like, nobody's not even checking up on her, how she's doing. How you doing? How are you doing today?
Right.
Do you need anything? Do you need a break? Do you need something from the store? But she needs to toughen up. And then let's get into the red pillar. And this is why niggas be like, y'all women be acting like niggas. Because you want us to toughen up.
Mm-hmm.
You want her to be masculine? Is that what you want?
Well, tough ain't got to be masculine.
What? That's what it looked like. The way she going to town.
Because from what she's saying, if a man came on here with the same sentiment, she would tell him to toughen up too. So in this instance, toughen ain't got to be masculine. It's
I'm not gonna be petty. I'm trying not to be petty.
This just means that, she trying to tell her to get a backbone, but I feel like the lady already has a backbone. Exactly, but she already got one anyway. Like,
right. But and the thing, and what gets me is, like, I think what the person was saying, what the fuck are you talking about? Because she totally missed the whole premise of what this young lady was saying.
Video was about, right?
Where did you get all this? She had said nothing about not accepting her child. She didn't say nothing about loving her kid or accepting the autism. She's talking about niggas.
But that brings me back to that question.
Mm-hmm.
What would you change? And if a person like myself would say, yeah, I would change how I had kids, or I would, they'd be like, you don't love your kids? That's not what I was talking about.
Right.
You see how people can get, and that's why I feel some people, like, just maybe they would just be like, nah, I wouldn't change nothing. Because some people might think that if they said they would change them, they don't love their children. Like, that's not what I'm talking about.
And the thing about it is, like, if you're looking ahead and understanding where this world is going, because this world is changing, especially here in the United States. Let's face it, y'all. Things is about to hit the fan in this goddamn country. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you mean to tell me that you're not worried about that child? You're not. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I was floored at that comment. Like, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. When I saw the name, I was expecting a little bit more, maybe some resources dropped, or some empathy dropped.
Yeah.
Addressing exactly what she was talking about or what Willie was saying in it. But no, you went and talked about something that wasn't. Oh my God, yeah, that's crazy work. That's crazy work. So this is what brought this live tonight, y'all, because I was disturbed, y'all. I was like, what the fuck is she talking? I was so mad, y'all. I was so mad.
This is why I stayed. This is why I stayed on my gaming channels, because
I was so mad. But see, I watch Willie because Willie, he does react to different videos and news
right.
reports, right? Because that's what he does. And I'll be looking at the news report, and he does like funny commentary. He be saying dumb stuff. And when I saw that, and I said, oh, he being serious today. Because usually he's cracking jokes and stuff. And girl, I went to them damn comments, child. I was like, oh my God. So here, if I had a chance to actually chit chat with that young lady, and if I could have put a lot more into that comment, this is what I would have put in it. Building you a village, little lady. Sometimes we have to change our mindset about the family, right? Sometimes people will come into your life that will be closer to you than your actual blood family.
Yeah.
So changing that mindset is important, because you can get connected to people that will literally be there for you more than your actual blood people. So that's the first thing. So don't think that it always has to be somebody that whatever. It could be a stranger you just meet, like the first person that helped me with Mr. Caleb, and I did an interview with her during Autism Week, Miss MJ. She was Caleb's first teacher, and we're still
Oh, I
connected.
watched that. Yeah.
She was so inspirational in his recovery. It was her that got me out of depression. It was her that got me through the stages of grief. This little white teacher. So you never know who will become your village,
Mm-hmm.
So changing that in your mind, thinking that, it got to be some blood, or it got to be, a close person. It can be a strange person. You never know who you're going to meet. Just like, I consider you now living up one of my village, because I'm quite sure if something happens to me and I'm like, Javon, you got to go to the house and get Caleb for me,
I will go. Yeah.
So you never know who will come into your life that will
It can
help
help you.
And by us both having adult children on the spectrum, we kind of like our own little village, because we can play off each other. Like,
Yeah.
what you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
things like that. You know what I mean? Start with your child's world, your child's therapy, school, and community programs. So if your child is, like I said with school, Caleb's first teacher, she became one of the first member of my village. When my parents didn't understand, I was waiting in North Carolina. They was living somewhere else. So it was just me and Mr. Caleb. I had nobody. So I was like this little lady, this girl. I had no family
Nobody.
there. When I first just learned about the diagnosis, the daddy was acting crazy. So I mean, like, what? You know what I'm saying? I was her. And my village started with the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So start there with the school, the therapies. You will find fertile ground for connections with people. Talk to other parents. exchange contact information, and, and kind of do some connecting there. Finding and creating support groups. If you don't want to deal with somebody else, start your own. Start your own little group. Like if your kid is in school, let the parents know, like, hey, let's get together. There's a coffee. Let's sit down, just like chat while the kids are in school. You can use any type of way to kind of get a connection to
Right.
somebody that understand you, or understand where you are. I mean, use discernment now.
Of course.
Use discernment. You don't want no craziness. Use discernment. Partner with professionals who truly care. Same thing, with the schools, the therapists, and things like that. Even with your your church, maybe there's people in your church that may understand. Because I mean, it doesn't have to be of someone that has autism. There are other people that are dealing, have family members with other disabilities that you can also gain some encouragement from. I mean, it doesn't have to start, just have to be with autism. Connect through faith communities. I just said church. Some people connect through the church and stuff like that. And even if they don't have someone, but just having a sounding board, maybe you can. Because I know some churches offer like counseling and stuff like that, just to have somebody listen to you. Not all the time you need advice from somebody, but you just need somebody to listen. Use online villages wisely. I said that you deserve it. Seek mentorship or a peer buddy. Trade skills and times. The same thing, like finding someone that you like the same. That say you meet someone that y'all like to do hair and all that kind of stuff. You like to go shopping.
Mhm.
I can't call Javon and say, Javon, let's go shopping.
You can call me to go eat.
Javon only wants to get a $30 steak. Now, if I say let's go to New York and get Javon,
Let's go.
I can only call Javon.
I like food and video games.
Lord have mercy. Jesus Christ. I gotta find somebody I can call to go buy shoes with, because Javon is not it.
Look, you can call my mama. She'll go shopping with you all day.
Heal from trust wounds. I know a lot of times we can be we isolate ourselves, right? So
Yeah.
we develop this, distrust of people. Like, I don't trust nobody around my kid. That
Yup.
kind of thing.
Yep. I don't even trust the doctors.
Okay.
I told that lady that came to the house. She said, "When the last time?" I said, "It's been a while. I don't trust them doctors. They be trying to give them medications. They don't need none. They don't need no medications."
Child.
And I took them to the doctor for that program. That lady say, "Your kids is good." I say, "I know."
Girl. Obviously, Caleb went to the dentist. He did really good. He'll let it, but he don't like to go to like the primary doctor and stuff like that when they do the the blood and all that kind of
Look,
stuff.
the doctor asked Raymond because they wanted to take a urine test, right?
Oh Lord! Can you please?
I said, Raymond. I said, "You think you could pee in the cup?" He looked at me. He was like,
"What?
What?" He's like, "No." I said, "Well, Raymond, they need to have it so they can, do the test and stuff." I said, "If your daddy came and helped you pee in the cup, would you pee in the cup?" He was like, "No, Mom, no." And the doctor was like, "Don't worry about it. It's okay." Raymond's like, "What y'all trying to get me to do?"
Let me tell you something. I don't know what I'm going to do to get Caleb to go to the doctor.
Just don't ask him to pee in a cup, because he gonna look at you like you crazy. Raymond was looking at me upside my head like, "What are you asking me, Ma? Pee in a cup? What we doing that for? We got toilets."
But when I say it took everything for them people to give this boy the IV, they had to give him oral sedation to get him to get the IV thing to do the surgery. Did you, girl? Let me tell you, they gave him the oral stuff, right? He's supposed to be like out. So
He was
that's why
still.
Yeah, that's why I say this boy is like he's a superhero because I'm trying to tell you that little nigga is Superman. He was so drugged up, but he still was moving the gurney with the five
Oh my
people
goodness.
holding it. Girl, I was like, they was like, oh my God, he is so strong. I was like, they was like,
So when he went to the dentist, what do they give
he
him,
was
the gas?
good. No, he was good with the dentist.
Even so, he never had to have a needle in his mouth or anything at the dentist. Okay,
No,
because I'm
they,
like, if he don't
cause
like them
I
needles,
was there, and she told him what she was going to do.
mm-hmm.
I said, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. And like she'll put the pick on him, like, see, it doesn't hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and then he let him do it. But I think because he had 3 surgeries throughout his whole life, and I think because
Oh,
he had that in his
bad
mind,
experience.
yeah, this gonna hurt me or whatever. And yeah, he's just like,
He like Hulk smash up in that mug.
yeah, I was waiting for him to turn green. Like, what's going on? The doctor was like, "Oh my God, he is so strong." He was like, they was like, and they didn't want to give him no more
Drugs.
drugs to drug him up even more.
Dang.
So then ended up putting the gas thing over him.
Right.
I was like, I said, y'all, please don't kill my child, Lord.
For real.
Y'all,
That's crazy.
I was like, girl, that was rough. So anytime I was like, Kitty, you go to the doctor, he was like, no.
Yeah.
So
You
involve
know, he'd be like, okay, we ain't going. But can you get to where maybe the doctor come to him? Like house call?
Child, what that gonna do? Why? So he can beat up the doctor, choke the doctor
Well, maybe
out?
because it's in his environment. Maybe he'll feel a little more relaxed.
Nobody touch it. That when he see the needle stuff.
That's it. I don't blame him. I don't like needles either.
He'll do the blood pressure and let her check the heart and the breathing. He'll be like, I'm breathing and I breathe out. It'd be so cute. I'd be like, oh God, Caleb. But if he see them needles and stuff, child,
Yeah,
he ready
I
to go
don't
out.
blame him.
He ready to go out the door. We go now.
When I see them needles, I just start giggling uncontrollably. I just be so nervous. So I don't blame him. I understand. I don't like needles either.
Now, I tell him, I be like, I have little rolling veins. If you can't deal with little rolling veins, I want another nurse. Because girl, the other day I went to the to get the blood drawn and stuff. The lady bruised up my arm so bad. I told her, I said, lady, I got little rolling veins. She was like, oh, I know that. Child, she was all this was bruised up.
Mm-mm.
I could have took that needle and just stabbed her in the chest. But,
Not the chest.
I'm saved today.
Today, huh? What about tomorrow?
Involve your child's community involve your child in community activities. Take them out. Don't be afraid to go outside with the babies, okay? Rebuild traditions and rituals like, Sunday dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Invite your family over. Because I think the more time you come out of isolation, then people will start to gravitate to you more. Do you think that's the thing? So if you don't shut yourself off, because like even the Bible says, he that shows himself friendly, you in order to make friends, you gotta show yourself friendly. So if you always cutting, and I had to learn this because child, I don't like humans. Cutting yourself off, people won't gravitate to you if you're not open. Is what I'm trying to say.
I get you. My therapist say the same thing, but I don't care. I like staying in my house.
You see where I be at, child, girl.
My therapist like, well, are you gonna go out today? I'm like, no, I'm going to work. I'm going home. He said, yeah, but we need to get you out of that routine. Like, nah, I'm good.
Exactly. I got this one here twice. Stay connected to professionals who care for you. That's the same thing as the other one. Partner with professionals who truly care. That's probably that's like the same thing.
Yeah.
But here's another thing. Like, I think uh, on a spiritual note, a lot of times God will send people to you to provide what you need. That's just my belief. Because it
Yeah.
seems for me, anytime I had a deficit in something that I need in my life, like, when my mother died, I gained a godmother.
Hmm.
When my brother died, I gained a brother. You know what I'm saying? I gain, you know what I'm saying? Like a replacement from something that's needed to be replaced or missing. And
Right.
and that's how you actually build your village. When you come across people that are genuine, and you, of course, vet them. You know what I mean? And you see that they have your best interests, and you have their best interests, and you kind of mush together. Just
Hmm.
like how like child. If people knew how we became friends,
Baby!
child.
They'd be like, y'all need to make a soap opera.
Okay, let me.
Write a book or something.
Child, we need to. But even at that, just the irony of it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, who would have thought?
Right.
But part of the part of my little village. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you never
Things
know.
happen for a reason,
Exactly.
Whether you liked how it happened,
Exactly.
it happened.
Exactly.
So,
And it's just like with brother and sis. Like, we never knew. I could have never imagined that. Just me watching them on Instagram Live, doing their podcast on Instagram Live, and just invited them to my show when I first started my platform
Mhm.
years ago. That we would end up actually like brother and sister. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, my dad goes over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would end up in the close as we are, just from, hey, you will come to my show.
Yeah. You never
And
know.
you never know. So I think with these are some of the things I would tell this young lady. Like, I know that you're in your mental state right now. You thinking that nobody cares, nobody understands. So, and she probably got so many dumb answers or dumb responses that she's probably turned off from even reaching out or even talking to someone. But just like how I was saying, like, you never know that one person that you sit down and talk to will be the person that will become your safe zone.
Mhm.
So kind of not, kind of rebuild your trust in people, because you can see that her trust she don't.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, her trust is gone.
That's why she reached out to the internet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I was so determined with that daggone comment. Like, bitch, read the room. Like, what's going on? Like, you're not reading the room. Like, what's happening right now? Like, oh my god, what are we? Yeah.
That's cool. The whole thing is just wild.
Yeah, it was crazy. But be open though. You have to be open to being, letting someone in your circle.
Mhm.
Cause you know me, I don't do humans. And so when humans came around, I was kind of like,
Right. Yep. That's why I just have my kids and my pets.
right. When humans came around, I was like, hi, Smitty in the house. Like, um, but yeah, so let me go through this real quick. So self-care, I did a show and it's in the playlist called You Can't Pour from an Empty Cup. We talked about self-care because it's getting late, so I'm just gonna go through these real fast.
Okay.
Self-care for parents for of children with autism. And here's some other things I would, I would have said to this young lady that she probably needs to do. She probably nobody's probably even telling her these things. Like, you don't have to be a horse. You don't have to be toughened up
Mm-mm.
and not being vulnerable and not having a moment and not having moments where you just need to cry. First thing was do start a day with stillness. Like, just take a moment before you start, with the kiddies, okay? Moment to yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for help and accept it. And that's how you build your village as well. Asking for help, and then when help is coming to you, accept it. Nourish yourself, not just your child. Okay, eat, which I something that I need to do because I don't recall eating yet.
You ain't
I
ate
think
today?
no, I
Oh
ain't
my
yet.
goodness.
Ton of I'm trying to be tough, okay?
You be too tough. You ain't gonna be eating nothing at all, ever. Dude, talk about
Move the body, free your mind. Exercise, moving releases these things and chemicals in your body that make you feel good. You be more motivated. You have, you know, so move. Protect your rest. Try to get some rest. I know it's hard when you have, especially the little ones, that's not so much independent. But when you have a moment, when they sleep, you sleep. That's what my mama used to
yeah,
tell me. You sleep.
exactly. Because
Even if it's a 10-minute cat nap, do it. Learn how to say no. Yes. Learn how to say no without explaining. I don't gotta tell you why I'm saying no. No, I cannot be on your panel day. I need some time to myself. Educate yourself, but pace yourself. Let me say that again. Educate yourself, but pace yourself. The reason why I say that is because you can bombard your mind so much with information till you drive yourself crazy.
yeah,
Because that's one of the things you're going to go through. You're going to start doing research. You're going to start making phone calls. You're going to be researching what they're doing across the pond. You're going to be researching what they're doing in other countries. And then you're going to have all this information in your brain. And then you're going to cause yourself to have anxiety just for all that stuff you got in your mind. Oh my God. Yeah. Find your tribe. Find your tribe. Find a circle. Create a circle that you can trust. That's so important. And sometimes you're going to have to create it yourself. They're not going to come to you. Sometimes you're going to have to go to them. You're going to have to find those people. Find it. So you can't, if you want a village and you want a tribe, you can't be lazy. And you can't expect everything to come to you. Sometimes you got to go to it. Does that make sense? I don't know.
yep, it does.
Keep your marriage and relationship alive. Okay, bust couple, okay, and cuddle. I'm just saying. I just, and tend to your spirit. Whether you are a Christian, a Muslim, a small hat, or whatever. Keep your spirit alive with meditation, affirmations, because it does do your soul good, do your mind good. Okay. And then those times when I can't call nobody on the phone, I just talk to the Lord.
There you go.
Okay.
There it is.
There it is. So there's all the takeaways, y'all. We identify the stressors. We identify what is burnout. We learn how to build a village. We learn some self-care strategies. Take care of yourself and don't be afraid to ask for help. It's our number one thing. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Jehovah. Look. Thank you, girl. Okay.
No problem.
Thank you for coming up here and having some fun with me. I know I was rambling. I had to go. Look, child, I almost burnt my chicken. I almost burnt the chicken, y'all.
What you bake with your chicken? A salad?
Yeah, salad. He likes a salad. Just some fruit and salad. He can
That sounds good.
Yeah, because it's late. So when he eats late at night, I usually don't make a big
Not that heavy.
heavy. Yeah. But it's crispy. The skin crispy.
Hey. As long as it's cooked. People be out here eating raw chicken.
Okay, look. Okay, what you say?
I don't be understanding that.
Look, pink inside and everything. We're like, it's
Yes.
good. No, it's not. What y'all talking about? Lord Jesus.
No.
It's time for the super chats.
You know how to close this thing down.
Oh, I'm about to close it out for.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to end the show in a minute. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. I hope this was kind of informational, informative for you guys. Yeah, having a village and support is important. And a lot of times it's not going to come from the people that you think it's going to come from. We might want it to come from our family and all that kind of stuff. But honey, sometimes they end up coming from complete strangers.
Yep.
That will become like so important in your life. So if I were to talk to a young lady, those are the things that I would say to that young lady. Because that other shit, man, that's pissed me off. Y'all don't understand how pissed off I was. Y'all, I was like, what in the?
You should try to reach out to her. Find her TikTok
Yeah,
name
I
or
reached out
something.
to Willie to see if I can get the original.
Yeah.
To see where he got it from. Because I did a search, everything is showing the same thing. It's not showing exactly where. So
Who
I'm
it
gonna
is. Mhm.
have to, yeah. Shout out to brother. He said for gifting one membership. If that membership fall on you, make sure y'all keep it up. Oh, if it fell on, let's see who is this person. I don't even know who this is. Child. Well, shout out to the person that is subscribed to the vibe. Okay, thank you.
Tara Monique.
All right, Tara Monique. Shout out to you. Shout out to Mrs. She said for the $2 super chat. She says, you two are amazing mothers. Thanks for
Thank
sharing.
you.
You very
Thank you.
much.
Are these beautiful?
Thank you for the super chats. Now I can buy these red bottoms.
Oh, thanks for the cash apps. Now I can buy all these paper towels.
What is that? What is the paper towel thing about?
Oh, yeah, he's obsessed with paper towels.
Oh, he said I can buy all these paper towels.
Matter of fact, I gotta go to the store tomorrow and buy paper towels because he done used the last roll.
Lord, that's
He
hilarious.
uses paper towel for everything. Girl, he be cleaning the wall with the paper towels. I'm like, Kayla, really?
So you could buy some more red bottoms and he could buy some paper towels.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Any final words so we get out of here, girl, so I can go eat this burnt chicken.
I'm good. I wake up early in the morning, man.
Oh, you got work in the morning?
Yes, I have a CM I need to do, so I have to be there a little earlier than usual.
Okay. I think sister's having a show tomorrow. I don't know, but Monday, me and sis are doing sister code. So if you're not busy Monday, you can join us and we
Now you know my thoughts be way different. I don't need nobody acting crazy with me in the chat.
Child. See, here's the thing. I don't care.
Them crazy delusional men you be having on your chat, they be crazy, man.
Thing is, for me, I don't like a panel of yes people. I want people to have different opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have a whole panel of everybody agreeing, the show gonna be boring. I want people to have, like when I do the blueprint show, I want guys to have different opinions. I love it when beans come up there and talk dumb. I love it.
They be so disrespectful. You can have different opinion, not be disrespectful.
Right. But like I like when they, when they just be. So I just sit back and let them talk. But even like when I'm doing this, I like to have people with different opinions because I want to understand. Because a lot of times I don't be understanding how people be thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wasn't raised the same, wouldn't don't have the same ideas.
What's the sister code about?
So sister code is when we do stuff on. So this show is going to be about the whole phase.
I don't do no whole faces.
We're going to talk about the whole phase.
What about the whole face? Like,
so this lady said that there's nothing nothing wrong having a whole face, right? There's nothing wrong having multiple because this one lady said she had 1,000 men's.
Wow. That's beyond a whole
So
phase, I think. I think
yeah,
that's
that's
beyond a whole phase.
that's like disaster face.
Yeah, that's like you ain't coming back ever.
Yeah.
That's
So
like,
so
yeah.
you know me, I like to teach. We're not just gonna be I like to teach. So I'm going to we're gonna talk about exactly what is the effects on a woman for having a whole face.
A stretched out vajayjay.
You ain't never lied.
Don't they got that surgery now? That surgery.
No, like literally no walls at all. People just be
They have
falling.
the surgery now. I think that can make you
Yeah, the
brand new or
vagina
something.
rejuvenation thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, and then sometimes that don't even work. Because the vaginas is so stressed out, then all they want to do is do like that lady did on that clip you showed me. Yeah. Wait, look. I said, why I sent that clip to Handsome Child? He fell out.
That lady had me gone, man. I was laughing
The
so
way she
hard.
had her mom, I was like, why she
I
going
knew
through this
it
crazy?
before she even did the lip thing. And I was like, oh, so she did the lip thing.
I was like, oh my God. When she said she was sitting there bleeding and carrying on, I was like, oh my God. I was traumatized listening to her.
I was like, you need to take me to the doctor right now.
This is, but you know, the ones that be having the loose coochie, they got a result to that because they don't have no walls.
They just hollow on the inside.
Yeah, they just hollow. So yeah, but it's a lot of. We're gonna go through the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, the physical, all the things that these ladies not understanding that they're doing to themselves by having all these multiple partners.
Because I think men and women have whole phases.
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
No, the men are the whole make.
homemakers.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what they like to tell themselves because they think they born to do all that. But I don't like if you are a person that's on a religious thing,
Mhm.
you should not be talking like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't never recall nowhere in the Bible where it says men should be having on them partners like that.
Well, child, you know what they said? They was like, David had all the wives, Solomon had all the wives.
You see what happened with them, huh?
Thank you.
They
That's
had-
what I said.
They had concubines. That concubine is different.
They had all.
They had concubines. That's different from a wife.
They had all them.
And then if they did have all those wives, they were taking care of them wives.
Okay, they weren't just
They weren't sleep. What they call it, sneaky links and side pieces. They weren't that.
The sneaky what? What's that?
Sneaky links.
What's the sneaky?
I think that's like a side piece. Somebody you're sneaking around with.
Oh, so like a one night stand?
No, they see them more than once, but it's like somebody you sneaking with, but nobody really know who it is. I think, like you.
Oh, so that's like what? That's the same like the side piece, right?
I think that's a side piece too. I think it's all the same.
They come up with new names all the
Yeah,
time.
I think it's all the same.
I can't keep up with that.
But if you gotta keep your wives private, they ain't wives.
Like this, let me know, okay?
They not wives.
Let me know. Like
So.
what's up? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm starting to get lightheaded. I didn't eat. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I
go
didn't
eat some salad.
I
Man.
didn't eat. I didn't eat. Shh! Don't tell brothers.
They know. They probably sitting here watching.
Oh my God! All right, you girl. I'll hit you later, and don't send me no more boo.
I'm sitting. I be laughing at the internet. Hey, if I see it's funny, I'ma send it.
Oh my God. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Hope this was a informative live. Find your village. Build a village, build your tribe. Because it's going to be very important for your mental, for your mental health. You're gonna need somebody sometime. Sometimes.
Yes.
So. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
As soon as the show over, he do like this. Well, I'm ready to go. Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here. Wait up, we gon' always win. Promise that that's not a promise, yeah, that is a threat. You know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the whole team win, that's when you flex. Win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up, let me focus. I'm going toe to toe with foes. I know they notice. I kick in doors, they only hope for closing. Why? Cause they know I go again. And when they get it dry, I'm the one that can make it flow again. Talk to me nice, my team they ready to go again. Running into us, we'll gladly send you home again. Yo, we don't talk, better know the grind gon' match my walk. I'm a cheat code, I don't take no loss. Making no sense, run up the scope. Cause all I do is win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss.